Hello, Mid-Michigan. What's at the end of the rainbow? The biggest high school football game of the year. The Beal City Aggies, the Ithaca Yellow Jackets, Chris Bachman on the mic, Adam Gursky on the camera here at Ithaca High School, Veterans Memorial Stadium, getting ready for a showdown of two of the most historic football programs in MHSAA history. Beal City has made more trips to the MHSAA playoffs than any other school in the MHSAA history. Ithaca, this millennium, has the longest winning streak of any school in MHSAA history, 69-0 from 2010 to 2014. Ithaca comes into this game at 6-2, battle-tested. Beal City comes in at 8-0, and they've had a whole lot of blowouts. And if you're able to tune in to my podcast action, Coach Hesbrook, Coach Gross catch up with some of the players yesterday as well. Talked a little bit about that. Will that be a factor? Both coaches kind of thought, well, Beal City played a lot of close games last year in the playoffs, so that should have them set to go tonight. This is the Woods Household pregame show coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. We'll have your Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming up. Since we got the Ethernet running a long, long way to the press box and all those guys are going to be headed out, we'll have an abbreviated version of the Bird All-American Grill postgame show. We'll have score updates brought to you by Clark Modular Homes, Brad Mallett Well Drilling, and Mallett Construction throughout the night. We'll be talking about the Bills' custom fabrication of the game, our play of the night, along with the Weefrich Financial Zaid Batchelder baller of the game as we honor that top performer out there. We'll also be looking at the Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game, those quarterbacks dropping dimes and those linemen doing some work up front for that timber of the game. As I mentioned, this is the Woods Household pregame show. We are going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to start to break down each of these rosters for you. What a special night it's going to be. 8-0 Beal City, 6-2 Ithaca, two of the most historic football programs in the state, set to battle for the first time ever. We'll be back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care, just like our local football teams, can keep your yard looking good deep into fall, and we all know winter is coming. Call now to get on their snow plowing schedule. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to our Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Woo, baby. What a doozy this is. I'm going to say it a bunch. 8-0 Beal City, 6-2 Beal City, or 8-0 Beal City, 6-2 Ithaca for the first time ever. Thanks to more of our great sponsors, J&J Auto, sponsor of our Collision Report, Blackco Pools and Spas. I need a spa out here right now. It would not be bad to call this game from a spa atop the away locker room here, as it's starting to get a little chilly, that fall weather, that football playoff weather. Also, much love, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Oh, and apparently Griffin Bohannon with a shout-out. Kathy's Kids taking it to the Facebook page. But yeah, it'll still get you connected with how you can get a hold to donate to the Kathy's Kids Foundation, I hope, or whatever. And again, Kathy's Kids started by the Mount Pleasant Area Community Foundation, the longtime athletic director at Beal City High School with Griffin Bohannon, Aaron Bukovich, Brad Antcliffe, and now Chad Fletcher. Just the heart that she had for kids was just so unbelievable. So I want to make sure we put a link on there. If it doesn't work out exactly, we will be back with Beal City. We already know that next week for the playoffs. You win the state championship last year. You get the tip of the cap. We're going to start following you this year for football. And so Kelly's Kids Fund is something we will continue to talk about throughout the playoffs. But check out that link. If it doesn't take you directly there, you know how to find the stuff on the internet. Now, I will make that joke. And let's start talking about the starters for both of these teams. And we are going to start with the Beal City Aggie defense, because they've been unbelievable all season long. Across the defensive line, the names you're going to be hearing: Drew Gross, Nick Irvin, Ben Gottschalk, Aaron Locke, Hunter McDonald, Jacob Upton, Gavin Connors. Yeah, there was more than a couple there. You could see Upton in at linebacker as well. The other linebackers, Drake Gatrell, Wyatt Wilson, Braxton Bukovich, and it still looks like number 3, Eric Elias, is out there in street clothes, and so he's still not back for this Aggie football team. That will be a big miss tonight to miss him, but they've got some great guys to fill in, like Avery Small will be out there, linebacker, defensive back. Also, the superstar freshman Grady Gatrell, Garrison Zucker, Kyler Smith be rounding out that defense. The offense for Ithaca, they will be trying to attack them across the offensive line. You've got Kenny Daniels, Monty Perez, Carson Schenkel, Gunnar McDade, and Ben Monroe. And coming into week 9, shout out to both the coaches. We've got a whole bunch of stats for you here, so I'm going to run through those offensive stats as well. Under center for Ithaca, the junior, number 2, Gibson Rondi. On the year, he's 66 of 127 for 1,004 yards with 7 TDs and 3 INTs. On the ground, he has 36 carries and 262 yards. That's just in 5 games. He has been injured some this year. That could have something to do with that Ithaca record as well. But when he's out there, he is an absolute superstar for this Ithaca football team. Running the ball behind him will be Jacob Crawford, the senior, coming into tonight. 23 carries, $186 on the ground. Also 8 receptions for 75 yards and 4 total touchdowns. Grayson Merchant, he'll be playing some running back, wide receiver, and he's who filled in for Gibson Rondi at quarterback, so maybe you see him under center as well. Quarterback stats for the year for the sophomore Grayson Merchant: 36 of 63, 598 yards passing, 5 TDs and 3 INTs. On the ground, 67 carries for 407 yards and 9 touchdowns to go with 8 receptions and 99 yards. Could also see Landon Brodsky running the ball as well. The freshman, if you're a freshman up on the Ithaca varsity team, that says something about you, very similar to the aforementioned Grady Gatrell. On the year, he has 29 carries for 143 yards, 5 touchdowns. Through the air, he's got 5 receptions and 86 yards. Other wide receivers for Ithaca, they are dangerous through the air. Devin Fisher, the junior, on the year, he's got 12 receptions for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Elijah Smith, he has 22 receptions for 368 yards and 6 touchdowns. Also has 21 carries for 175 yards. Connor McMurphy on the year, 22 receptions for 443 yards, 10 carries for 43 yards to go along with 5 tutties. And the senior, one of the big leaders on this team, Mr. Riley Guild, 28 receptions on the year for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. We will talk about the Ithaca defense and the Beal City offense when we come back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get things set up for the biggest game of the year. 6-2 Ithaca hosting 8-0 Beal City for the first time ever here on the Mid-Michigan, well, first time ever on the gridiron, and you know it's here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Be back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this. Weaveridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weaveridge Financial. Weaveridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeaveridgeFinancial.com, visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant, call or text 989-953-7888. Weaveridge Financial, member SIPC. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Woods Household pregame show on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network at Ithaca Community Memorial Stadium. Coin toss going on right now at that 50-yard line. As I teased, as I mentioned, we will talk about the Ithaca defense and the Beal City offense. Here we go. Defensively for Ithaca, it's going to be a bit different. 3-5-3 formation is what we're going to see from Ithaca to start this game, which, if you ask me, not a bad game plan considering what Beal City really likes to do, going sideline to sideline with that jet sweep action. And so we will see how that works, kind of going side to side with that. Starters on the defensive line: Monty Perez, Ben Monroe, Kenny Daniels. Again, they're going to have to do a whole lot out there tonight to make sure that those speedy wide receivers like Avery Small, Garrison Zucker, Drake Gatrell, and Aaron Locke can't go sideline to sideline. Again, a shout out to Diane Fussman. Let me know. It says Kathy's kids, not Kelly's kids. Hopefully we've got that figured out. So doing a little bit of work on the phone right now as well. But we are getting you set up. It is the Woods Household pregame show. Back to it. 3-5-3 defense for Ithaca across that defensive line. Monty Perez, Ben Monroe, and Kenny Daniels. The five linebackers out there for Ithaca will be Braden Chatfield, Jacob Crawford, Carson Schenkel, and Brogan Buck. In the defensive backfield, Elijah Smith, Connor McMurphy, and Grayson Merchant. But when you've got guys like Riley Guild and Jacob Crawford playing linebacker, they could very well turn into defensive backs, very similar to what we saw from Eric Elias earlier this year from the Beal City football team. They line up in that 4-4, but he can easily make it a 4-3, switching to a defensive back. Now your starters for the Beal City Aggie offense. Across that offensive line, senior Jacob Beitler, senior Nick Bogue, senior Jacob Upton, and junior Hunter McDonald and junior Wyatt Wilson across that defensive front. Or offensive front, pardon me. Catching the ball, running the ball. I'm just going to go all through these names at once. Aaron Locke on the year has got 3 carries for 28 yards, 6 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown. The freshman, Grady Gatrell, has 14 carries on the year for 80 yards, 2 receptions, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has also thrown a 50-yard touchdown pass as well. His older brother, the senior all-sport star, Mr. Drake Gatrell, 5 receptions for 76 yards on the year with 2 touchdowns. Avery Small, 19 carries on the year, 244 yards, 5 receptions for 126 yards and 5 total touchdowns. Cadence Carnes has 31 carries for 289 yards on the year to go along with his 3 tutties. Eric Elias, who will not see here tonight, big part of this team, 21 carries, 237 yards, 2 receptions for 29 yards and 2 total touchdowns. Mr. Garrison Zucker, senior star, 36 carries for 433 yards on the year to go along with 8 receptions for 201 yards and 13 total TDs. Braxton Bukovich, 69 carries on the year for 640 yards, 3 receptions and 49 yards, and 15 total touchdowns to lead the Aggies in TDs. But the most impressive offensive stat that I saw from this Aggie team when I was checking things out was Mr. Kyler Smith. He's thrown for 630 yards on the year, 12 touchdowns, only 1 INT. But what I love, he's 32 of 42 throwing the football. That is a clip of 76%. You just don't see that type of efficiency in high school football. And he doesn't run it a whole lot either. He's got his eyes downfield when they are looking to throw the football. And again, much love going out to Kelly Schaefer. Click on that link to check out the Kelly's Kids, something we'll be talking about as long as this Aggie or football playoff run goes, no matter who we're following. And as I said, next week we already know we will be with this Beal City Aggie team. We already know they're most likely going to be hosting next week unless something very, very drastic happens. You can see them out there warming up right now. A nice toss from Kyler Smith to Mr. Avery Small, and also see the Ithaca team warming up on the far side of the field. It is the biggest game of the year. It's something that I have been talking about for 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 months. I still remember getting the call from Jordan Hesbrook saying, hey, I'm just curious of what their roster is going to look like. How many guys do they got coming back from the state championship team? Because both teams, what they want here in this Week 9 is a huge test going into the playoffs. That is what they are looking for, and that's what both teams are going to get. It's 8-0 Beal City at 6-2 Ithaca. And if you ask me who played the harder schedule, it probably would be the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. Would Beal City be 8-0 with Ithaca's schedule? I don't know. Would Ithaca be 8-0 with Beal City's schedule? I don't know, but we're going to find out here tonight what a game it's going to be. It's Beal City, Ithaca. You're listening to the Woods Household pregame show. We're going to be back with a little bit more pregame action. I'm going to kind of give you my keys to victory for both teams when we come back after this. It is the Woods Household pregame show coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios at Ithaca's Veterans Memorial Field for Beal City, Ithaca. Week 9 football action. It feels like the playoffs already here at Ithaca. It is packed. There is a line of cars hoping to get in. I don't think things are going to get quote-unquote sold out here tonight, but it is going to be insane. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Beal's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Beal's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Beal's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Silva Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Silva family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSilvaAutoSales.com. Dick Silva Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Woods Household pregame show in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Much love also going out to Tom Krazier and the crew. High and tight football is a high and tight turnover battle, something we'll be talking about throughout tonight. Jen Verlegger and the crew at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, being big sponsors of what we do, no matter what school we are covering. Also love to Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Bang and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Insurance Group, The Diner, Block Electric, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and GNS Mechanical. Ooh, baby, we are just about set to go with Beal City, Ithaca. High school football at its finest. I'm going to steal a little saying Steve Springer gave me a few weeks ago when we were talking Shepherd Clare. It does not get much better than this. Ithaca Yellow Jackets lined up for the national anthem right now. Beal City kind of out there in the huddle, getting ready to line up as well. And so that'll have us sending it out to the final break here of our Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, kickoff, 8-0 Beal City, 6-2 Ithaca, the biggest game of the year on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll be back with that kickoff right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher's Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student-athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, the Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at the Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's the game we've been waiting for all year. Beal City, Ithaca, for the first time ever on the gridiron. Much love going out to our friends, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, Clark Modular Homes, along with the Woods Household Appliance, Weaverich Financial, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Barberry Law Firm, and Gates Drilling and Service. Out to receive the kickoff are the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. Back deep to receive the kick for Ithaca will be Mr. Elijah West, Mr. Connor McMurphy. Kicking things off will be Connor Sienkiewicz for the Beal City Aggies. We are ready to go. One thing you may notice is the flip of the camera at quick points tonight with my main man, Adam Gursky, who's got the long cord tonight so we can avoid the pole that's in front of us here at beautiful Veterans Memorial Field. The sun is going down. The traffic is cruising by on US 127. Jumping up and down is Elijah West getting prepared to go. Connor Sienkiewicz is getting some last-second instructions from the official. Shout out to his older brother Parker, who's a member of that state championship team last year. Here we go. The Aggies, the Yellow Jackets for the first time ever. Kickoff is going to be fielded by McMurphy at the 15-yard line on the near side. Trying to find some room, he'll be brought down at the 29-yard line. That is where Gibson Rondi and the Yellow Jackets will take over offensively. If you watch all the games here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, if you've watched Claire a bunch, that is a similar offense, what I would compare it to for the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. They're going to come out four wide, shotgun, quarterback and running back in the backfield most times. They're going to go with two wide receivers, two each side, try and spread you out. Gatro lined up at the safety about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. Rondi in the backfield with Crawford. Rondi, a big threat to run. They send a man in motion. That's McMurphy to the far side of the field. They fake it to him. Now they throw the little slant. It's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended wide receiver. There was a couple Aggies there on the play, but that is something the catch it should have been brought in by the Yellow Jackets. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for Ithaca. Get out there defensively for Beal City. You've got Drew Gross, Nick Irvin, Ben Gottschalk, and Aaron Locke across the defensive line. Also out there, you hear Hunter McDonald and Gavin Connors. Linebackers, Drake Gatrell, Wyatt Wilson, Braxton Bukovich. Some movement now out there from the Beal City defense. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. It's going to be a run all the way for Crawford. He's not going to find much. Coming out of that pile with the tackle is going to be Mr. Wyatt Wilson. Wilson, the leading tackler this year for the Aggie defense. He seems to be in on every single play. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10 for the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. At the first family of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, the Batchelders coming in to say what's up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here comes a shotgun look. 2 wide receivers to each side for Gibson Rondi. Rondi dropping back, looking to throw. He's got time. He throws it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete through the hands of McMurphy. It was a little tall, but McMurphy would probably say that he should have caught that one. That's going to bring up 4th down and 9 in a punting situation here for the Ithaca Yellow Jackets on to the first possession of the game. It's a great start here for Beal City, as Ithaca's going to get it back. Just 50 seconds off the clock here on this drive. Last week, we saw one of the craziest field position, time of possession games ever when it came to Mount Pleasant and Midland. Mount Pleasant might have had the ball for like 40 of the 48 minutes going up against Midland. Just dominated time of possession where Midland didn't have anything to do with it. And you know the old Spockman math, it's not the best, but I had it 56-9 plays from 9:30 in the second quarter on. It's now 4th down and 14. Rondi did drop back like he was going to punt that one away. It's actually not Rondi out there at quarterback. Lined up at quarterback and dropping back to punt this one away is going to be Grayson Merchant. It's fielded at the 40 by Avery Small. He's going to fall. Might have hit his knee on the turf. He did so. He was brought down after that, but really no harm on that play as well. And so nothing doing for Ithaca on drive 1. We're tied at 0 as the Yellow Jackets take over offensively, or pardon me, the Aggies take over offensively for the first time. Kyler Smith is going to go under center. The deep back's going to be Braxton Bukovich. The 2 wing backs are going to be Drew Gross and Gary Zucker. Zucker goes under center. Man in motion is Zucker. He'll get the handoff. Spins out of one tackle. He's going to be brought down by a host of Yellow Jackets. Does a good job falling forward. He's going to pick up a gain of maybe 2 or 3. We'll see where the spot is. They're actually going to give him 5 there. So great field position to start things off here for the Aggies. Essentially at their own 34-yard line. 11-10 left to go in quarter number 1 is where they took over. First play, they pick up 5 on the jet sweep from Zucker, and that's where I thought this 3-5-3 defense could be really, really good for Ithaca going against those jet sweeps. Zucker was able to make a couple guys miss. Handoff up the middle, now to Bukovich. He's trying to find some room. He's going to pour it ahead midfield. Be really close to first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot, and it looks like they're going to give them the first down. They will. Doesn't seem like they measure as much as they used to when you go back 10, 15 years. Kind of almost a tie goes to the offense type thing now. 2 plays, 1 first down picked up for Beal City. Clock moving, 10-12 left to go first quarter. We are scoreless. The Aggies, the Yellow Jackets for the first time ever. Kyler Smith will go under center. He's got 1 wide receiver to the far side. It's Drake Gatrell. Man in motion. Gets the handoff. Or handoff goes up the middle. Bukovich is going to find some room out to the 44-yard line of Ithaca. So a solid gain there on first down will bring up 2nd down and 3. And if you're the Aggies, this is what you want to do, is move the ball down the field and keep that explosive Ithaca offense off the field as well. A great start for Beal City as they get the 3 and out from Ithaca. Now making some noise on their first possession. They picked up a first down. They're now in Yellow Jacket territory with a 2nd down and 4. Now a shotgun look for Kyler Smith. Empty set with a bunch of wingbacks out there. He's going to hand this one off to Zucker. Zucker's got to make a guy miss. He bowls over the tackler down to the 40-yard line. I don't think he'll have first down yardage, but Zucker said, you know what, I'm not going to go around you. I'm going to go through you here. And he just bowls over the tackler. It'll be a pickup of maybe 2. And so a nice tackle on the play in all reality. When you're getting lined up with Zucker, he's got the full head of steam. All you want to do is get him to the ground. You took the punishment on it, but it got you to the ground. 3rd down and 3 here for the Aggies. It could be 4-down territory. I formation look, strong eye. Hand this one off to Bukovich. He looks to pour ahead. I think he's got the first down, waiting on the signal. He will have first down yardage. So 5 plays, 2 first downs for the Aggies on offense after they get the 3 and out. 8:40 left in the first quarter, and the 8-0 Aggies are marching. But this Ithaca team has been down a bunch this year, and they've came back a bunch this year. They trailed versus Saginaw Valley Lutheran in the second half. Weren't able to quite come back and win that game, but Michigan Lutheran Seminary, Saginaw Novell were both monster comebacks. They were down 30-7 in the second half versus Novell. Came back to win that game 37-30. Two running backs in the backfield for Kyler Smith. The wingback's going to be Garrison Zucker. They hand it off to Drew Gross. He's trying to find some room. He's not going to have a whole lot there. Actually, as I say that, that official walks forward and walks forward. It'll be another 5-yard pickup on first down for Beal City. And so that defensive front for Ithaca, that's what you can't be giving up as those games, but I think that's the trouble of maybe only having those three defensive linemen, Perez, Monroe, and Daniels. You really are trusting your linebackers to be able to get sideline to sideline to make the play. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith, an empty set with three wingbacks. To the near side at wide receiver, it's Aaron Locke. Handoff is going to go to Drew Gross. He runs through a couple tacklers. Big stiff arm. He's at the 20. He's going to go. Touchdown, Drew Gross. 35 yards on the tutty on the 7th play of the drive, and the Aggies go up 6-0. This will be the first time myself and Adam Gursky have got to see Drew Gross full-time at running back. He did not disappoint that handoff and run there. When he got to the outside, there was one man who had a chance to tackle him. He used that weightlifting stiff arm to create the space and took it to the house. 6-0 Aggies with 7:37 left to go in quarter number 1. Connor Sienkiewicz out there for the extra point. Kick is up. It is good. 7-0 Beal City on top of Ithaca. We're going to take a break and be back with the opening kick, or the kickoff right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. 7-0 Beal City with the lead on the 35-yard tutty from Drew Gross. Here comes the kick to the near sideline. It's taken at the 15-yard line. Trying to find some room is Connor McMurphy. He'll be dragged down to 29 or 30. That is where Ithaca will take over, trailing 7-0 with 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. Kelly Schaefer, longtime AD of Beal City, passed away. They started the Kelly's Kids Fund to benefit local Beal City kids who are in need, and heard some really cool stories from Aaron Bukovich in particular about some of the stuff that Kelly did. And so if you're watching on Facebook, check out that link. Donate if you can, what you can, to help out, get that Kelly's Kids Fund started to benefit those youngsters who need it in Beal City, just like Kelly would want. Here's a shotgun look for Gibson Ronnie. Fakes one way, now comes here to the near side. There's still nobody open. Comes to the sideline, comes to the sideline. Now he throws it back over his body. It's going to be entered. No, it's going to be complete. I'm going to wait to see what happened there. Two guys are there. It was McMurphy and one of the gate trolls, as Drake and Great are both now standing there, 10 and 11. We'll see what the call. The officials are coming together now to see what the call is. Gibson Rondi did a great job buying time, and then he stood there on the sideline. Maybe should have thrown that one away. Instead, he throws it back across the field. It looked like it was going to be a diving interception for Beal City from my vantage point, but then an Ithaca player kind of came out of there with the football. They will say incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for Ithaca with 7:21 left to go second quarter. Heard some semi driving by, a little horn honking right now on US 127. Well, if they're headed back to Beal City or headed out from Ithaca. Shotgun look for Rondi once again. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. He wants to throw it quickly here to the near side. It's caught by the running back out of the backfield. Trying to dance and find some space is the ball carrier. There is nowhere to go on the tackle. Mr. Garrison Zucker trying to find some space out there was Mr. Grayson Merchant for Ithaca. Excellent job by Zucker staying with that play all the way. Nick Irvin coming out of the game. Hunter McDonald, Gavin Connors coming into the game on the defensive line for Beal City. Those replacement parts, those substitutions by the coaches brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. Got all the replacement parts you need for your vehicle. Here comes the third down and 9 play for Gibson Rondi. He's in the gun, 2 wide receivers to each side. An important play here. If you're Ithaca, you really want to pick this one up. You're going to the air. Throw's going to be caught at the 50-yard line for first down yardage. Bringing in the catch for Ithaca was Mr. Riley Gills for first down yardage. Big pickup there for the Yellow Jackets. Last thing they wanted to do was go 3 and out again and send it back to this powerful Beal City offense. Now 4 wide out there again in the backfield with Gibson Rondi as Elijah Smith. You've got to watch for Smith carrying the football here. He does get it. Nowhere for him to go. Wyatt Wilson, Braxton Bukovich in on the tackle. Play number 5 of the drive coming up for Ithaca. 2nd down and 10 from the 47, just inside or just outside Beal City territory, pardon me. It's a little tough. You get those lines going red to white across that blue there to tell with that 50 to 45 on each side. Here comes the shotgun look once again for Gibson Rondi. Looks like Smith remains in the backfield with him. Actually, it's going to be Crawford. They motion him out to the far side. Throw over the middle is going to be incomplete. Dropped by the wide receiver. It was a good throw from Gibson Rondi, but the wide receiver could not come up with it. That was Elijah Smith. 3rd down and 9. Clock moving. Clock stopped after the incompletion. 5:34 left to go here in quarter number 1. Beal City leads at 7-0. Ithaca went 3 and out on their first drive from their own 29. Beal got it at their own 34. 7 plays and a 35-yard touchdown run from Drew Gross has them up 7-0. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 wide receiver split out to the far side. It's Elijah Smith. Gibson Rondi's rolling to the near side where he's got 3 wide receivers. He throws it out. It's going to be caught by Riley Gill, but no, it's going to be incomplete. Way to stay with it from Avery Small. Guild brought in that football initially, but Avery Small stayed with it all the way to break it up. That's going to bring up 4th down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. We'll see what they do with the ball here midfield. Last time we saw them in this situation, they had Merchant in at quarterback, and they dropped him back to punt it away. It looks like a same situation here, but Merchant was the quarterback earlier this year. So let's see if the sophomore drops back here again on this situation. He will. Back deep to receive the punt. It's Garrison Zucker and Avery Small. Not a great snap. Still no pressure. It's going to be a really high punt. Fair catch called for by Avery Small at the 15-yard line. And that is one of the few times tonight where there's not going to be a whole lot we can do except get a view of that beautiful light pole that's in front of us here. 7-0, the Aggies in front. They get the ball back after getting the stop. So Ithaca's ran 9 plays. They've picked up 1 first down. The Aggies have ran 7 plays. They've picked up 2 first downs, and they've got the touchdown to show for it. They take over at their own 14-yard line with 5:22 left to go here in quarter number 1. Kyler Smith calls out the instructions. Lined up at wide receiver to the far side, it's Bukovich, it's Drake Gatrell, and it's Drew Gross. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith. Here to the near side, you've got Gary Zucker. Man in motion is Drew Gross. He gets the handoff. He's got to turn it back immediately. Gets through one guy and another guy. Carries tacklers with him to the 20-yard line. Big-time run there from Drew Gross. He was dead to rights in the backfield and end up turning that into a 5-yard gain. And that's been the theme of this game so far, is a 5-yard pickup seemingly on every first down for the Aggies. They've got it 2nd down and 5 now at the 20-yard line. Much love going out to Dance Again, Dress Consignment Shop in Wademan. If you need a dress for your snowball, they have got you covered. Also love to the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons, the Beal City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Berry Funeral Home, and Boomer's Lawn Care. Big shout to Thomas McCann and the crew. Man in motion now is Gary Zucker. He's going to get the handoff. Looking for some room on the far side. He's across the 30. Dragon tacklers with him out to the 40-yard line. Big run there from Garrison Zucker. And it's another first down as the Aggies look really, really strong offensively against this stout defense of the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. 4:30 left to go here in quarter number 1. Big shout out to Dan Haggart providing me some updates. Petoskey's up 7-0 late in the first quarter on Clare. If Clare is able to win that game over a D3 Petoskey team, it could really march them up in playoff points. And if you're everybody out there, you want your Clare hats on, because if Petoskey doesn't make the playoffs, that could send Mount Pleasant north, which would be a big, big deal for the Oilers. Hand off to Zucker. He's going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 on the carry there. That is the best job we've seen by the Ithaca defensive front there to stow things up in the middle, but it's still a 3-yard gain for the Aggies. Drake Gatrell out there alone, Garrison Zucker, Aaron Lott, Drew Gross, as Kyler Smith trots back in with the play. Talked about some of those offensive linemen starting the game doing this and that. You got Gavin Connors out there right now doing a great job along with Hunter McDonald, Nick Bogue, Jacob Upton, and also out there, Mr. Jacob Beitler. Man in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Handoff goes to the running back, Bukovich, looking for some room up the middle. He keeps the feet churning, They will blow it dead because of the lack of forward movement. The spot will make it 3rd down and 4, 5, 6 here. So if you're Ithaca, this is kind of the first opportunity you've got to force Beal City into a punting situation. And the first drive, it was 7 plays. They picked up 2 first downs, and it was a 35-yard touchdown run for Mr. Drew Gross. Kyler Smith coming back in with the play. It's a dangerous part of Beal City here, as they're definitely a threat to throw it, and in particular with that 76% completion rate for Mr. Kyler Smith. Smith looks to go under center here on the 3rd down play. Man in motion is Zucker. They give it to Bukovich. He's got the outside edge, pours forward for first down yardage. Big time run there from Braxton Bukovich. As he turned the corner, you thought maybe he's got a chance to go to the end zone, but instead he doesn't try and get all the way to the outside. He makes sure he gets that first down. A big time run there from the sophomore. First down and 10 for Beal City. They've got it at the 47-yard line, just inside Yellow Jacket territory. It's 7-0, Beal City with the lead. 2 minutes left to go, first quarter. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith. Man in motion is Zucker. They want to throw it. They fake it one way. Now they go downfield. It's one-on-one coverage. Caught by Drake Gatrell. He went up and snagged it. What a catch from the senior. Woo, boy. That is a huge play right there. I never even got to my keys to victory in the pregame show because I was so distracted by other things. But I was going to say big plays and turnovers. Now 2 big plays out there for Beal City. One, the 35-yard touchdown run from Gross. Now a long pitch and catch here from Smith to Drake Gatrell. First down and 10 for the Aggies. They've now got it at the 15-yard line of Ithaca. A chance to really take control here in this game early. Pitch goes to Bukovich. He's got the outside edge. Bowls forward. Goes for the end zone, waiting for the signal. He does not quite get there, but it'll be first down and goal for the Aggies. They've ran 7 plays on this drive. They've picked up 4 first downs. They've marched from their own 15-yard line down to the Yellow Jacket 1-yard line. A whole lot of real estate covered out there. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. We'll see if the Aggies could pour it in from the 1-yard line here. Lined up at tailback is Braxton Bukovich. He gets the handoff. He's in. Touchdown, Beal City on the Braxton Bukovich touchdown run. He now has 16 touchdowns on the year to lead all the Aggies. And with 1:25 left in the first quarter, the Aggies have already taken control of this football game. They've gotten, 1 3 and out, 1 6 and out from Ithaca, and now they have gone down the field twice. 1 66-yard drive, 1 45-yard drive, both of them ending up in the end zone. Sienkiewicz out there for the extra point. The kick is up. It is not good. Might have been blocked there. And so the score will be 13-0. Beal City with the lead. But as I mentioned, this Ithaca Yellow Jacket team has come back. They have been down a bunch this year, including being down 30-7 in the second half versus Saginaw Novell just 2 weeks ago, and they came back to win that game. More love going out to our friends. Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, along with Kenneth Egger, DDS. Weber Brothers Sawmill, timber of the game. That offensive front right now for Beal City, woo, boy, they have been unbelievable. Was it Upton, Connors, Beitler out there along with Wilson, Nick Bogue. Fantastic on these first two drives for the Aggies as they've kind of taken it right down the field on the Yellow Jackets. Ithaca has got to answer here with 1:25 left to go in the first quarter. Got more high school football action for you tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll have updates coming from Michigan State, but we'll be live at Mount Pleasant's Community Memorial Stadium as Sacred Heart Academy takes on Lake City. Sacred Heart's essentially win in, and if they get in, they could be taking on these Aggies next week in the first round of the playoffs. Boy, what a lot of fun that would be. Elijah Smith tries to get here to the near side, gets by the contain. He's going to be brought down at the 50-yard line. Big-time run there from Eli Smith. The great field position here for Ithaca. It hasn't been bad. Their own 29, their own 31, but it's a little bit different when you start. You know, it says the 49, but I'm just writing down midfield on my drive chart. This is big right here for Ithaca, and this is where I'm expecting the junior all-sports star, Gibson Rondi, to make something happen here, whether it's got to be on the ground or through the air. Shotgun look. Jacob Crawford in the backfield with the aforementioned Gibson Rondi. McMurphy goes in motion. They fake the handoff. Rondi wants to go downfield. It's going to be tipped in the air. Intercepted by Grady Gatrell at the 25. He now looks to return it to the far side of the field. He's going to be brought down across. No, he stays on his feet down to the 45-yard line. The second INT of the year for the freshman. Drew Gross got into the backfield to turn that one into a wounded duck in the air. Gatrell was able to run underneath it for the INT. What a play from Drew Gross and Mr. Grady Gatrell to come up with that one. They turn over Ithaca. They now have it in Ithaca territory at the Ithaca 43-yard line with 1:02 left to go in quarter number one. They're already up 14-0. What a start for the Beal City Aggies. I mentioned keys to the game, big plays, turnovers. We've had two big plays from Beal City. Now the Aggies get the turnover, that high and tight turnover battle. Hand off to Drew Gross, not really a whole lot of room. Kind of just runs right behind his teammate, his buddy Wyatt Wilson, to pick up what he can. 13-0 Beal City. Touchdown run from Braxton Bukovich after a long pitch and catch from Kyler Smith to Drake Gatrell. First touchdown was a long run from Drew Gross for 35 yards. But moments ago, an interception from Grady Gatrell. The Aggies in business, up 14-0 with under half a minute remaining here in the first quarter, and they've got it in Ithaca territory. They pitch it to Bukovich. He's got to turn it inside. He's going to be very close to the first down marker near that 30-yard line. He will have the first down. That will probably be the final play of the first quarter. They will mark off the yardage, and we'll see if the Aggies will come out to try and run another play or not here after they mark off the first down and spin that clock again. But if you are Coach Gross in Beal City, I think you feel pretty comfortable about where you are right now, up 13-0, and after the INT, you've got a first down and 10 at the Ithaca 32. This is not what I expected right now. It's all Aggies all the time. Be back with a second quarter right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit weefridgefinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 13-0, Beal City in front. And my main man, Adam Gursky, says, well, that pole got on the way of the interception there. And so I told him, well, when I do the highlight video, I will say the pole INT'd our video there, but doing the best we can. And what a beautiful venue it is here at Ithaca High School. If a pole or two is what we've got to deal with, that ain't that big of a deal. 13-0, Aggies in front as we come out here. The start of the second quarter, the Aggies got a first down to 10 at the Ithaca 32-yard line. After the Grady Gatrell interception, set him up with a great field position at the Ithaca 43. Hand off to Garrison Zucker. He's going to look to pull forward here to the near side. He's going to be pushed back by a whole swarm of Yellow Jackets there. We'll see where they give him the spot there. Could be a 2-yard gain, could be a 4-yard gain. They'll kind of split it in half there. They'll give him 3, maybe 3.5. 11:40 left to go, second quarter. The Aggies rolling. I don't want to say I'm shocked, but I did not quite expect this. Second down and 7, ball on the 29. Aggies coming up to the line offensively. Kyler Smith in the gun. So now taking advantage of the video board across the way to make sure we've got the best shot for you of this play. Little counter play. It's going to go up the middle to Zucker. He's got it. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Garrison Zucker. The Aggies go up 19-0 on the 29-yard Zucker TD run. And I think right now the Yellow Jackets are a little shell-shocked out there, because the Aggies are now up 19-0. If you'd have told me, if you'd have said there'd be a running clock in this game, I would have told you you're crazy. There's no way that's going to happen. But I will mention it again. The old Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Ithaca was down 30-7 in the second half versus Saginaw Novell. They came back to win. So, again, this is a team that's not going to be afraid to be down 19-0. See if it's 20. They fake it. Now look to throw it to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Grayson Merchant, great defense from the sophomore from Ithaca. He was ready for that fake play the whole way. He breaks it up. It remains 19-0. There's 11:08 left to go in the second quarter. But Beal City just came out and absolutely shell-shocked this Ithaca Yellow Jacket team and this huge Ithaca Yellow Jacket home crowd here on senior night. Week 9, the Aggies lead at 19-0 with 11:08 left to go in quarter number 2 until our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Lots of options here. You had the 29-yard touchdown run from Zucker moments ago, 35-yard touchdown run from Drew Gross, a really long pitch and catch from Kyler Smith to Drake Gatrell. Braxton Bukovich has had a couple nice runs, but I think the play of the game so far is going to be the INT from the freshman Grady Gatrell, with also a tip of the cap to Drew Gross, who affected the throw. So Ithaca in a tough spot here. As you can see, Adam Gursky in a tough spot trying to work the camera here. But again, if this is the only thing that we've got to deal with, it's just that little bit of an issue, it is all good. And here comes the kickoff for Mr. Connor Sienkiewicz. Gunner here on the near side, Garrison Zucker. Gunner on the far side, Mr. Avery Small. And here comes the kick. It'll be taken to the far side of the field. McMurphy's going to have it at the 12-yard line, trying to find some room up the middle. Runs now here to the near side. He's got some space. Zucker looking to chase him down and bring him down to 29. We've got some late flags coming in. If these flags are going to be going against Ithaca, it could back them up, and that is what they do not want. 11 minutes left to go, second quarter. The Aggies up 19-0 against the Yellow Jackets. Penalty on the field. It does look like they're going to mark off yardage against the Yellow Jackets. And it's going to be a blindside block going against Ithaca. And so they'll mark off yardage from the 28-yard line, I believe, back to the 18. Still waiting for them to actually mark off the penalty yardage here. The Ithaca fans saying, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't think you're supposed to mark it off from there. You're supposed to go forward where he got brought down. But it's from where the foul occurred. And so that's what the officials are making sure they get exactly where that foul occurred. And so they will mark it off. Be first down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be the worst field position of the game as they're going to start at their own, still waiting for them, put it down, call it the own 14-yard line. Or 13-yard line is what they've got on the scoreboard. We'll go with the official. Right in front of us here, Rondi in the gun. Now got the officials coming out, taking some time here. You got to think they want to make sure they marked it off from the correct spot. First down and 10. Here to the near side at wide receiver, it's Devin Fisher and Elijah Smith. In the slot to the far side, it's Connor McMurphy. Lined up wide to the far side, being guarded by Avery Small, is Riley Guild. In the backfield with Gibson Rondi is Jacob Crawford. So able to interview both Mr. Rondi and Mr. Crawford. Really cool to be able to catch up with some of the stars from the Ithaca Yellow Jacket football team. And our first time seeing them all on the field. I know they're an outstanding 6-2 team, but what it's looking like right now is this Beal City team, they just look like an absolute juggernaut right now, leading 19-0 and still 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Rondi wants to throw. He's under pressure. He throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught by Riley Guild. He's brought down by Braxton Bukovich on the far side of the field. I also give credit to Avery Small helping out with that tackle. It's going to bring up second down and 4 now for the Yellow Jackets. So Drew Gross, Aaron Locke out there, the two speedy defensive ends. In the middle right now, it's Hunter McDonald and Nick Irvin. The linebacker spots, you've got Bukovich, Drake Gatrell, and Wyatt Wilson. Hand this one off, trying to find some room up the middle is Merchant. He's not going to find much. It's going to bring up third down. If you're Ithaca, you absolutely have to get this first down, the situation you're in. Now the defensive backfield for Beal, as I was kind of rolling through things, you've got Avery Small, Avery Small, Grady Gatrell, Garrison Zucker, and Kyler Smith in the defensive backfield. And Bukovich can kind of shade out and guard somebody if need be, too, from his linebacker position. So can Drake Gatrell. So can Wyatt Wilson. That's what's special about this team. He's got athletes everywhere for Beal City. Rondi rolling to the near side. He finds a target. It's Elijah Smith. He makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Now he's across the 30-yard line before he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Big-time run there from Eli Smith as he picks up first down yardage, and big-time work there by my buddy Adam Gursky on the camera as he kind of had to wait for that one to come around the other side of the pole, but did a great job there. Talk about will make you a professional camera recorder, game filmer and stuff like this, having to deal with that. 4 wide for Ithaca. They pick up the first down. They now have it at their own 45-yard line. Rondi waiting for the signal, kind of standing near the line of scrimmage. Everybody now looking down at the quarterback wrist to get the play from Rondi. Rondi gives it to Grayson Merchant. Now they call it out to everybody. Here comes the shotgun snap. Dropping back, looking to throw is Rondi. He's got some time. He goes over the middle. It's going to be overthrown. Kyler Smith with the interception. Now 2 INTs here in the first half for Beal City. He goes across the 50 down to the 45-yard line. It's another INT for the Aggies. This one coming from the junior Kyler Smith. There's no flags on the field. The Aggies are going to take back over in Ithaca territory for the second consecutive possession. There's 9:32 left to go in the second quarter, and this will be the second straight drive starting at the Ithaca 43-yard line for the Aggies. They already lead at 19-0 here in the second quarter. Kyler Smith Grady Gatrell both with interceptions. Smith back out there. He's going to go under center. Lined up behind him at running back. Fullback is going to be Braxton Bukovich. The two wingbacks are Drew Gross and Garrison Zucker. They hand it off up the middle. Big-time room for Bukovich. He explodes across the 20, down to the 10-yard line, running with authority is Bukovich. One play, one first down on the big run from Braxton Bukovich. Big-time player right there to put the Aggies in business. And where they have it lined up is right at the 10, right outside the 10. They're just going to say first down and goal. Could have been one of those first down and 10 from the 11 if you wanted to call it that. Nick Bogue out there at center. Going under center is Kyler Smith. Drew Gross is now the deep back. Getting a breather is Braxton Bukovich. There's going to be flags flying. This one's going to move back 5 yards. The Aggies going to have to deal with a little bit of adversity, maybe for the first time in this game. As they get backed up, it'll be first down and goal from the 15-yard line coming up. 9:01 left to go, second quarter, until our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. It has been all Aggies in this one. 35-yard touchdown run from Drew Gross, 29-yard touchdown run from Garrison Zucker. Braxton Bukovich with a touchdown run. 2 interceptions as well from the Aggies. Have them in control, up 19-0. This is the second straight possession they've had starting in Ithaca territory. They're now threatening to punch it in again. First and goal now at the 15 after they're backed up on the play. Drew Gross will remain the deep back. Drake Gatrell lined up at wide receiver to the near side. It's going to be a pitch to Drew Gross. Drew Gross pours it up the middle, runs over Grayson Merchant, wants to get to the end zone, pours ahead. He's in! What a run from Drew Gross. Ooh, boy, you talk about Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, just carrying tacklers with them to the end zone. It's now 25-0. Gross with his second rushing touchdown of the evening on the year he came into tonight. Not kind of playing a lot of full-time running back, but boy, he is making it count tonight. Here comes the extra point from Sienkiewicz. 25-0 is the score. Snap is good. The hole is good. The kick is waiting for the signal. It will be good. 26-0 Aggies. What a start for Beal City. If you would have told somebody this was going to be the score with 8:39 left to go in the second quarter, I think you would have been laughed out of the room, laughed out of the barber shop, and laughed out of anywhere. But holy cow, the Aggies have been absolutely fantastic. 8:39 left to go in the second quarter. They lead it 26-0. You know we're coming to you live from our Barbary Law Studios. Built by Konwinski Construction. Much love to Gates Drilling and Service. We got their halftime report coming up. Also love to Bill's Custom Fab, our fabrication of the game. Woo. We got a lot of choices, but I'm still sticking the Gatrell interception, the Kyler Smith interception, that turnover battle. I didn't say it in the pregame because I forgot, got so distracted by all the hoopla and the hijinks going on here on this wonderful, wonderful evening at Ithaca High School. I said big plays and turnovers. Right now, all the big plays on the side of Beal City, including those turnovers. 8:39 left to go, second quarter. Back deep to receive the kick, Connor McMurphy, Eli Smith. Out there to kick it off, Mr. Connor Sienkiewicz. Also much love, J&J Auto, Blackco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Here comes the kick. It's going to be fielded by an up man just outside the 30-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 34. Nice open field tackle there from Beal City. First guy there got him. You can tell Beal City, they don't want to kick it deep to McMurphy or Eli Smith if they don't got to. 8:34 left to go, second quarter. Ithaca will take over with it at their own 39-yard line. Again, more big shouts to my buddy Adam Gursky, putting in all the work now, going from one angle to the next, trying to make sure you've got the absolute best view of this game possible. Now an empty set here for Ronnie. maybe give him a little bit more opportunity to try and run the football here. He's going to throw it here to the near side. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his wide receiver, Devin Fisher, on the play. That one was short-armed a little bit there by Gibson Rondi. Again, that defensive front of Beal City has been great. Nick Irvin coming out of the game. Hunter McDonald coming in for him. Also out there with Gavin Connors and those two speedy defensive ends, Drew Gross and Aaron Locke. Shotgun look once again for Rondi. I'm waiting for him to run. He's a very, very difficult guy to bring down, but continues to look to the air here. Now rolling to the near side. Wyatt Wilson giving him chase all the way to the sideline and pushes him out of bounds. Big-time play there by Wyatt Wilson, keeping up with the speed of Gibson Rondi. Rondi is really, really fast. Wyatt Wilson staying with him every step of the way. Be a gain of 1 or 2. Again, Wilson just step for step with Rondi. Big-time play there from the junior linebacker from Beal City. 8:22 left to go, second quarter. The Aggies up 26-0. What a statement victory this could be for Beal City heading into the Division 8 playoffs if you knock off a D7 powerhouse in Week 9. Shotgun look for Rondi. Crawford in the backfield with him to his left. He's looking to his right. He's going to roll that way. Throws it over the middle. What a catch out there from Grayson Merchant. He had to kind of go back across his body. That's Riley Guild with the catch there. Pardon me. What a play for Guild to bring that in. If he wasn't stretched all the way out, he is now after that catch. Big-time play there on third down as well for Ithaca. It's going to give them first down yardage. It's actually going to put them just in Beal City territory as well with 8 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Shotgun look for Rondi. Empty set once again. They're going to hand it off to Crawford, who's kind of playing a bit of an up back. It's going to work. Grady Gatrell's going to bring him down after a gain of maybe 7. First really opening we've seen for Crawford out there as well. Another update. Clare down 14-0 versus Petoskey. So if you're a Mount Pleasant fan, you want Clare to come back in that one, because if Petoskey gets in, that could keep Mount Pleasant North, and Mount Pleasant coming into tonight at 8-0, taking on Ypsilanti Community. They're not going to be scared of anybody, but you'd love to go north instead of south. Be a run all the way for Rondi here on this one. The first time we've really seen him carry it. It's going to be really close to first down yardage. They're going to say he's short, though. It's going to bring him 3rd down and 2. Definitely 4-down territory here for the Yellow Jackets. Be very surprised to see him go through the air here on this 3rd down. He got 2 opportunities to pick up 2 yards. Man, I think we'll see it kept in Rondi's hands here as well, with Jacob Crawford as a lead blocker. Rondi now looking to the sidelines to change the play. Lets Crawford know what the action is. The junior quarterback gets set. He will throw here on this 3rd down. Throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught for first down yardage by Eli Smith. Tells you why Jordan Hesbrook is a lot smarter than I am as they get first down yardage, their second third down conversion on this drive. The second third down, a long conversion on this drive as well. As maybe Gibson Rondi starts to find things out there a little bit. Again, this team is used to coming back from being down. But you're down 26-0. And the big problem right now, if you're Ithaca, if you start to score, you haven't been able to stop Beal City. It'll end up being the big problem. Shotgun look. Too wide to the far side for Rondi. Now a man in motion. Too wide here to the near side. Rondi wants to throw. He's going to zing it here to the near side. It's going to be caught by Riley Guild. Got a late flag coming in the backfield. Very, very late flag coming into the backfield. Rondi did not go down, but he did kind of point to the official. Maybe a late push there. It will be a personal foul penalty going against the Beal City Aggies. And so Ithaca gets the completion. They'll also get the penalty yardage as well. This is the first time Ithaca has really been threatening against the Aggies here tonight. This is very, very important for Ithaca as they will get that first down. Essentially their 3rd on this drive. And that penalty is going to take them all the way down. We'll see if it's going to be 1st and goal or not. Waiting to see if they actually line up the chain gain there. No, it's going to be 1st and goal. They'll set down the chain gain. Here we go. Yellow Jackets got to get on the board here. It's Merchant lined up in the backfield with Rondi to his left. Man in motion is Jacob Crawford. Rondi hands it off to Merchant. He's trying to get that outside edge. There's Drake Gatrell to bring him down. Nick Irvin comes in with a big hit, little J&J Auto collision report. But Drake Gatrell, what a play from his linebacker position to come in and get a hold of the running back and then wait for his teammates to come in and kind of clean house. Second down and goal from the 10. Clock moving, 5:50 left to go in the second quarter. The Aggies up big, 26-0 here at Ithaca High School. First time these two gridiron legendary programs have ever met. Pump fake, now throw the outside. Wide open is Elijah Smith on the double move. He makes the catch. No, he drops it at the last second. Garrison Zucker stays with it all the way. It looked like he got beat initially, but the senior never gave up on the play, and he was able to break it up at the very last second. What a play from Gary Zucker here on the near side in the end zone to make it now third down and goal. And at this point, if you're Ithaca, what good's a field goal going to do you down 26-0? This is probably going to be 4 down territory. If Beal gets a stop here, boy, that would put Ithaca in a very, very difficult spot. Shotgun look for Rondi. One wide receiver to the far side. He's looking that way with one-on-one coverage. It's going to be incomplete. Bounced out of the hands of the wide receiver. And again, Avery Small stayed with it all the way. If he doesn't, it's probably complete to Riley Guild. But if you're Gibson Rondi, that's probably 2 passes in a row. This should have been caught for a touchdown, but great defense did not allow it. Fourth down and goal from the 10. 5:33 left to go in the second quarter. The Aggies are already up big, 26-0. Ithaca also got the football to start this game. So if you're Ithaca, you got to score here. Timeout from Coach Hesbrook. A very smart timeout as you want to call your absolute best play here. Thanks some of our great sponsors like Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai, Banga and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Insurance Group, Block Electric, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and GNS Mechanical. And we're not quite halfway through the game, but start to think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Are brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Drew Gross had that 35-yard touchdown run. I also have what I'll call the tip of the cap, the assist on the play for Grady Gatrell's interception as he got into the backfield. Braxton Bukovich has had a touchdown run and a couple big runs. We've also got a second touchdown run from Gross. Kyler Smith has got the INT. He's been out there running the show. A lot of guys in the running for that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Brought to you by our friends Brian Weefrich and the crew at Weefrich Financial. Score update brought to you by our friends Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. Tomorrow it will be Sacred Heart Academy taking on Lake City at 6 o'clock. Essentially a win and in situation. Clare down 14-0 to Petoskey. Clare will be in the D5 playoffs, but if they get a win against a D3 Petoskey squad, it could really bump them up playoff points-wise. And right now it looks like if Clare, if Shepherd both won a playoff game and things hold out as a snooze to you, is kind of predicting they could play again in a district final. Here comes the fourth down play from Rondi. He's rolling to his left. He's looking. It's going to be intercepted. The second, I know it's actually going to be Drake Gatrell with the INT. So the Gatrell bros, the Super Gatrell brothers, both have INTs here in this one. Woo, boy, what a start for the Aggies. And you know who's real excited right now is Mr. Cam Gatrell, as I can't imagine how proud he is watching each one of his sons come up with an INT here in half number 1 in this historic football game. The first time ever that Beal City and Ithaca have met up on the gridiron. Beal City is going to take back over at their own 20-yard line with 5:25 left to go here in the first half. They will get the ball to start the second half. So if they could score here, get the ball to start the second half, this really could turn into a running clock, which would be absolutely shocking for me. Hand off to Bukovich. He wants the far side. He's got first down yardage. He's going to spin around a tackler at the 40-yard line before he is brought down. Big time run there from Braxton Bukovich as he continues to run so hard for this Aggie football team. Woo, man. You saw him run just meaning business when they took on McBain earlier this year. He continues to run with that type of authority, which just makes him somebody. If you're a defensive back, if I'm out there playing, I don't want to try and tackle Braxton Bukovich. Now he comes out of the game. Drew Gross is in the backfield. That's not a whole lot better. Here to the near side, lined up at wide receiver, is Drake Gatrell. Lined up at the far side at wide receiver is Grady Gatrell. Handoff up the middle. Trying to find some room is Drew Gross. Brogan Bupp with the tackle. Brought down right near midfield. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4. Again, whether it's Drew Gross, whether it's Braxton Bukovich, both of those running backs right now just doing a really good job of getting that extra yard, that extra 2 yards that you want on 1st down. Freshman Grady Gatrell lined up wide to the far side. To the near side, it's the senior Drake Gatrell. Drew Gross now goes in motion here to the near side. Man in motion is Zucker. He gets the handoff. He's going to get a big block on the outside. He's across the 40, across the 30, across the 20, at the 10. One man to beat. He jukes him out of his shoes. Touchdown, Mr. Garrison Zucker. However, we have a flag on the play. Right around the 20-yard line is where it was thrown. So this one is probably going to be coming back, but it'll still be 1st down yardage, though, because the flag occurred so far down the field. It'll probably now be 1st and 10 for Beal City at the Ithaca 30-yard line or so. Right now, Drake Gatrell going and talking with the official, making sure everybody on the same page there. 4:06 left to go in the 2nd quarter. It'll still be 1st down and 10 for the Aggies as that penalty occurred way down the field. 26-0, Beal City on top. An absolutely shocking score. Kyler Smith going under center. Bogue ready to line it and send it to him. Gross lined up at running back. He's going to get to Bertamy. It's Bukovich. He wants that outside edge. He's got to turn it inside. And again, he just carries tacklers with them for several extra yards. Again, your boy's math, it's probably off. We've got this play 5, play 6 coming up. And Bukovich had no business picking up a 1st down on that drive, but he will. Wow, what a run from Bukovich as it continues to just get extra yardage. Again, he bulldozes guys at the point of contact who are trying to bring him down. Instead of just, quote-unquote, falling forward, he is fighting forward, bulldozing forward. Wing back to the near sides, Drew Gross. Lined up inside of him at tight end is Drake Gatrell. The deep back is Braxton Bukovich. Garrison Zucker goes in motion. It goes to Bukovich. He's got a big hole, a hole so big you could drive a Clark, a modular home through it. It's going to be a 7-yard gain on 1st down. I'll bring up 2nd down and 3. But what a job up front by Beitler, Connors, Bogue out there. I might have picked up 2 or 3 yards on that play and would have been coming out with an injury on the tackle, but nice blocking up front from the Aggies. 26-0 is the score. 2nd down and 3. They have it at the Ithaca 13-yard line. Some big plays, 2 big turnovers, 2 interceptions for Beal City are why the score has gotten out of hand. The Yellow Jackets have not been able to stop Beal City on offense yet. Pitch goes to Bukovich right here in front of us to the near side. Is going to be brought down at the 10. What a tackle out there from Eli Smith. Kind of taking on the block and still was able to wrap up the ball carrier for the tackle. But the problem is it's going to be 1st down yardage, though, for Beal City. Now 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 2:45 left to go in the 2nd quarter. This is the dream scenario for Coach Brad Gross, to run down this clock, maybe punch it in here, and then you get the ball back to start the 2nd half. What a performance from these Aggies. Aaron Locke lined up wide to the far side. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith. Lined up in front of him to the left is Braxton Bukovich. Man in motion is Gross. He gets the handoff. Bukovich with a nice lead block on the far side. Gross bowls over a would-be tackler into the end zone. J&J Auto Collision Report as Gross bulldozes his way into the end zone. 32-0 Beal City. Woo, boy, Bill's custom fabrication of the game type stuff right there, and Gross walking with a little bit of swagger right now, and he should be. What a run from the junior tailback. Getting some love out there from Ben Gottschalk. 2:18 left to go second quarter. It's 32-0 Beal City. Sienkiewicz out there for the extra point. What a first half performance from these Beal City Aggies. Got a man jumping out there. It's going to back him up 5 yards, and might have worked out well as Sienkiewicz doinked that one off of the upright, but he also may have been distracted as well by the whistles being blown out there as well. There is 2:18 left to go here in half number one. What a performance from Beal City. Their offense is as hot as a block coat jacuzzi, and jacuzzi sounds pretty good right now. Here comes the extra point, Hunter McDonald. Talk about all the things Hunter McDonald does. He's also the long snapper for Beal City, one of the toughest jobs in football. Kyler Smith out there for the hold. Sienkiewicz out there will now be a 26-yard extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. What a performance from the Aggies. They lead at 33-0. Back with a final 2:18 of the second quarter right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports
Welcome
Network.
back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman on the mic, Adam Gursky on the camera, the Batch others hanging out with us as the Aggies are rolling 32-0. The extra point was no good. My bad on that one after the Gross touchdown run. His third of the first half. Here comes the kick. It's going to take a bounce inside the 10. McMurphy wants to let it go, but he's going to have to pick it up now at the last second. Avery Small giving chase. Oh, giving chase. He's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. What a play out there defensively. That was Cadence Carnes coming down to make the tackle at the 1. McMurphy wanted it to go out of bounds. Desperately wanted to go out of bounds. It kept rolling inbounds. He eventually had to pick it up at the 1, but as he did that, he had Aggies bearing down already at the 10-yard line or so. Avery Small from his gunner position turned him here to the near side, and then what a play from Cadence Carnes to come in and make the tackle. What a desperation situation now for the Yellow Jackets. You're already down 32-0. Backed up in your own goalpost. Rondi in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. He's going to throw it. Rolling out. Guns it. It's going to be complete for first down across the 10-yard line. Grady Gatrell coming up with tackles. Riley Guild with the catch and the first down there. Big-time play from the Yellow Jackets just to get out of the shadow of your own goalpost there. And Rondi showing the poise as he is not afraid to sling it back there in the shotgun, standing in his own end zone. He wants to throw again, looking to the near side. He's under pressure. He rolls out of it. Now he's got some room across the 15, across the 20, across the 30 as he goes out of bounds. And that's what we've been waiting to see from Gibson Rondi here in this one, is that really elusive speed as he gets out of the pocket. That's the first time the Aggies have really allowed that. It'll be first down yardage. There's 1:51 left to go in quarter number 2 to our Gates of Durling and Service halftime report. We'll have This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. See if we can get you caught up on some other scores. Sacred Heart Academy in action tomorrow. Last we knew, Petoskey up 14-0 on Clare. Shout out to Dan Haggart for that update, and Clark Modular Homes, Malley Construction, and Brad Malley Well Drilling for bringing us those score updates. Shotgun look for Gibson Rondi. He wants to throw it. He pump fakes. Now he's stepping up in the pocket. He wants to go downfield. It's going to be caught by Eli Smith. Brought down at the 35-yard line. Another update. 28-0. Petoskey up on Clare at the half. And so, again, if you are a Mount Pleasant fan, you do not want Petoskey to win that game. Because you'd rather have Mount Pleasant hosting a Bay City Western than a Lowell. They'd be favored in either game. But Bay City Western you've already beat once this year. Throw all the way again for Rondi. He's going to caught over the middle by Riley Gill. That midfield is going to be brought down at the Beal City 45-yard line. So a little bit of life here offensively from the Yellow Jackets as we start to close out this first half. Rondi coming out in the empty set. This drive started at their own 1-yard line. They're now across midfield, covering a whole lot of real estate. Brought to you by Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Praedom Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Merchant goes in motion out to the far side from his running back position. Rondi's got some time. He's looking to throw. Gross now bearing down on him. Gross brings him down in the backfield for the big-time sack. Drew Gross has 3 touchdowns. He has affected a play for an interception, and he has also had a sack as well. We've got a timeout on the field coming from Ithaca, but Drew Gross is having himself quite the first half. He had a 35-yard touchdown run to open up the scoring. Then Grady Gatrell's interception. He kind of tipped that pass, or at least made some contact with Gibson Rondi to help Gatrell come up with the interception. He then had a touchdown run to put Beal City up 26-0. He then had a touchdown run where he was just bulldozing would-be tacklers to get into the end zone to make it 32-0. Now he has a sack here as well. What a performance from the junior Drew Gross here in half number 1. Definitely the front runner for our Zayda Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. But if you're Ithaca, there's a lot on the line right now. If you don't score here, give the ball back to Beal City at the half, they could score and make this a running clock early in the third quarter. So it's very important for them to get out of the second down and 27. After it was 1st and 10. If you're Rondi, you probably don't expect a defensive lineman to be able to chase you down, but then you look, you're like, oh no, that's their running back, Drew Gross, coming from his defensive end position. Big time play there in the backfield from the junior. 2nd and 27, 57 seconds left to go. Crawford motions out of the backfield to the left. Rondi wants to throw it to the right. It's going to be caught by Riley Guild. Avery Small is going to force him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock for a moment. 1 timeout remaining here in the first half for Ithaca. 50 seconds left until our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Still 3rd down and a mile. So only a gain of 3 on that play from Riley Guild. Excellent job out there on an island by Avery Small to not allow any extra yardage after the completion from Riley Guild. This drive started at the 1-yard line for Ithaca. They moved it very quickly out into Beal City territory, but then the sack from Drew Gross now has them backed up 3rd down and long. Man in motion is McMurphy. They fake the pitch to him. They're throwing it over the field. It's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be incomplete. Getting tied up out there was Grady Gatrell along with the wide receiver Devin Fisher. That flag's going to go against Beal City, but a tough flag going against Beal City, and that's kind of a tie goes to the offense, I almost feel like, out there, as both those guys kind of got tied up. You have to essentially throw the flag in that situation. If you didn't, there's not a roof here at Ithaca High School, but the roof definitely would have came off the place. So it'll be a PI that'll give them a 1st down on 3rd and 24. So that kind of negates the Drew Gross sack, but there's still just 42 seconds left to go for Ithaca. I feel like if they've got any chance of coming back in this game, it's already dire straits mode, but you have to score here. If Beal's able to come out and get a running clock to start that 3rd quarter after they get into the end zone, it's going to be trouble. And, Beal City hasn't been stopped. They have been able to score on all 5 of their possessions. Also turned over Ithaca twice as well. 32-0 Beal City, 42 seconds left to go. And actually that PI will not give them the first down. It's just going to make it 3rd down and 9. Merchant goes in motion to the near side, out of the backfield. Gibson Ronnie's going to run this one all the way. He's going to be brought down. We've got flags flying in from everywhere kind of late. It's going to be 4th down, but we will see what the call is here. Where those flags came in, I'm thinking it's going to be a holding call as Ronnie was stepping up into the pocket. 36 seconds left to go in half number 1. And it does look like the Ithaca offense is backing up. So what was 3rd down and 9? The play would have made it about a 4th down and 3 if I'm guessing. But now it's going to back them up even more. We'll see where the line of scrimmage will be. The official making sure they're in the correct spot before they start marking off the yardage on the holding call. So again, it would have been 4th down and 3. It's now going to be 3rd down and a mile once again for Ithaca with 36 seconds left to go here in half number 1. 3rd and 19, we'll call it. Ball's going to be pretty much at midfield. What a job by that that Beal City defense and the Beal City offense. Tough to think what has been more impressive here in half number 1. Shotgun look for Gibson Ronnie. Lined up to his left is Grayson Merchant, the sophomore. We've seen him motion out to the near side here. Kind of give you 4 options for Ronnie if you roll to the near side. Got McMurphy out there in the slot, lined up to the wide part of the field here to the near side is Eli Smith, pardon me. 36 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 19. Ronnie does roll here to that near side. He's going to throw it out. It's going to be caught by Eli Smith at the 40-yard line. He's tackled by a couple of Aggies out there at the 40. That will make it 4th down and long. I think we have a timeout coming from Beal City here. No, they're not going to call a timeout. Clock continues to run. 4th down play. Ithaca hustling to the line of scrimmage here. Waiting to see if they snap it. They got a player jumping off sides with 8 seconds left to go. So that'll back them up. 5 more, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 13. And Ithaca still does have 1 timeout if they want to try and use it here. Do you maybe try and go for a Hail Mary here or something like that? 32-0. Beal City in front of Ithaca. Clock starts to wind here. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Rondi's in the shotgun. 4 seconds. They do get the snap off. They want to throw. There's Gross in the backfield again. Rondi looks to throw it away, but Gross in the backfield to end the first half. Drew Gross has 3 touchdowns. He has a sack. He has kind of a tip pass to help force an interception. What a performance from the junior here in the first half. We are heading to our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. The Aggies absolutely in control. They are up 32-0. They will get the ball to start the second half. A chance that this game with Ithaca and Beal City could actually go to a running clock is absolutely shocking to me. Back to put a quick bow on the first half and send it off to This Week at MHSA Sports with John Ross right after this.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. What a first half from the Beal City Aggies. Quick go over the drive chart here with you. First drive of the game, Ithaca got at their own 29-yard line, 3 and out. They had a punt at the Beal City. They started at their own 34-yard line. It was a 7-play drive that ended with a 35-yard touchdown run from Drew Gross. Then Ithaca was able to pick up one first down on their next drive that started at their own 31 with 7:30 left in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Picked up one first down, but ultimately stalled out. Had to punt it back to Beal City. It's a good punt to back them up to their own 15-yard line, but it didn't matter. 7 plays again, 4 first downs. The Aggies get into the end zone on a Braxton Bukovich touchdown run. The big play on that drive was a long pitch and catch from Kyler Smith to Drake Gatrell. Score 13-0 as the extra point was no good. Next play from scrimmage, Ithaca started at midfield. It was an interception from Grady Gatrell. Drew Gross got in the backfield to effect a throw. So the Aggies got it at the Ithaca 43-yard line. 1:02 left to go in the first quarter. And it was a 29-yard touchdown run from Garrison Zucker on the 4th play of the drive. Heading to the second quarter, essentially, it was 19-0 Beal City. As Ithaca, 11:08 left to go in the second quarter. It was 19-0 Beal City. 4 plays, another interception. This one coming from Kyler Smith. Gibson and Ronnie kind of going long on third down along, though, on that one. Next drive, big run from Braxton Bukovich and a big-time powerful run from Drew Gross getting into the end zone. That made it 26-0. Then Ithaca came out. They picked up a few first downs, but then it was a Drake Gatrell interception. Score stayed 26-0 with Beal getting it back their own 20-yard line with 5:25 left to go in the second quarter as Drake Gatrell went down in the end zone for a touchback on that INT. Starting at their own 20, there's another 7-play drive. Drew Gross with his 3rd touchdown of the first half to make it 32-0. Gross then had a sack on the last possession, was also in the backfield on the last play of the first half for Ithaca. He has been unbelievable. He is penciled in right now as our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. It's time to send it off to This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. We come back, we'll be getting you all set up for that second half. Beal City running away with this one, up 32-0 at the half against Ithaca. I was not expecting this. Update, 14-6. Mount Pleasant up at the half. And a big shout out to Ed and Kara Lynch, who are down in Cleveland, Ohio, watching the game on Facebook. And him, just like me, Ed, says, I never would have thought this. And I totally agree. And they'll be back soon if you need to get your dress for Snowball. Dance Again, Dresco Simon Shop in Wayman has got you covered. You don't need to go to any city. You just need to go talk to Kara, and she will get you hooked up for your Snowball. And you know prom's going to be here before you know it as well. All those dresses you need, she has got you hooked up. Dresco Simon Shop in Wayman, a Dance Again. Also loved Isabella Community Sportsplex, GS Mechanical, Hanging by a Thread, Pier Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, Brickner and Bunkner Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogwai, Banga and Bradley, and Martinez Lawn Care. All right, that score update. 14-6 at the half. Mount Pleasant leading Ypsilanti Community as they try to go 9-0 on the year. Clare down big at the half, but to Petoskey 28-0. See if we can get some updates on Shepherd as well. And Sacred Heart in action tomorrow. 6 o'clock kickoff at home as they take on Lake City, and it's win and in for Sacred Heart Academy. The same goes for Shepherd. See if we can get an update from Grayling. 32-0 is the score. Time for This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Silva Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Silva family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSilvaAutoSales.com. Dick Silva Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student-athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
We're less than 2 weeks away from crowning a field hockey champion and from announcing the pairings for the football playoffs. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Most football teams have 2 regular season games left this year before Selection Sunday and the start of the postseason. Let's take you through the next couple of weeks on the gridiron. Sunday, October 26th, is Selection Sunday. The 32 teams with the most playoff points in each of the 8 11-player divisions will be divided into district pairings. In 8-player, the top 16 teams in each of the 2 divisions will qualify for postseason play. The Selection Sunday show will air live on the NFHS network at 5 p.m. 11-player districts start October 31st, as do the 8-player regionals. Staying with 8-player, regional finals will begin November 7th. The semifinals are Saturday, November 15th. And the 8-player finals are Saturday, November 22nd at the Superior Dome in Marquette, and those games will be live on the NFHS network. In 11-player, district finals start November 7th, regionals will be November 14th and 15th, the 16 semifinals will be played on Saturday, November 22nd, with the finals Friday and Sunday after Thanksgiving at Ford Field. Both days of finals will kick off at 9:30 a.m., The even divisions will play on Friday, the odd divisions will play on Sunday, and all 8 finals will air live on the NFHS Network. The NFHS Network is your home for the postseason from Selection Sunday to the finals. Sign up and subscribe at NFHSnetwork.com. And to see your team's playoff points and where they rank within their division, check out MHSAA.com and click on football. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Olivet senior golfer Jocelyn Ralston. She captured the first regional golf championship in school history, earning a trip to the state finals in the process. Harper Woods wide receiver Dakota Grant, he had a 99-yard kickoff return for touchdown and caught a touchdown in a 41-32 win over previously unbeaten Saline. And to the Bark River Harris football team, they beat Iron Mountain in Week 2 for the first time in school history, and then beat them again in Week 7, clinching a share of the Western Peninsula Athletic Conference Iron Championship.
graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the tennis court today, returning a ball that our opponent has hit. We swing, hitting the ball with the strings and then again with the frame of the racket as our swing continues. The double hit ball goes over the net and bounces past our opponent for a point. Or is it our point? Can you hit the ball twice? You can, if it's all part of one continuous swing. You can hit the ball more than twice even, as long as it's the same swing. You can't intentionally hit the ball twice or hit the ball and then re-hit it. It's illegal if you deliberately catch or carry the ball and then hit it again. But if your double hit is part of one smooth swing, the stroke counts and play continues.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The inaugural MHSAA Field Hockey Tournament is off and running. The playoffs started with 36 teams and will be down to the final 8 by the end of the week. Those 8 teams will play in the regional finals on October 20th. The semifinals are Wednesday, October 22nd at Ann Arbor Huron High School. Game times are 5 and 7 p.m. And the very first MHSAA Field Hockey Championship will be played Saturday, October 25th at Tom Holzer Field in Northville. The game starts at 11 a.m. Tickets for all of the remaining field hockey playoff games can be purchased at gofan.co. And games can be seen on the NFHS network, including both semifinals and the championship. For scores, updated brackets, tickets, and more, check out the field hockey page at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. 32-0 is our halftime score. The Aggies scored on all 5 of their possessions. The only thing that wasn't working perfectly for the Aggies was, the extra point action, I will say, but it's 32-0 Beal City. What a performance from the Aggies in the first half, and in particular, Mr. Drew Gross. Affected a pass that caused an interception, also has a sack, was in the backfield for the last play of the first half. And on offense, he has 3 touchdown runs, 2 of them, absolutely monster runs. Nominations for our Bills Custom Fab Fabrication of the game. But you think about that, Zaid Batchelor, baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Oh boy, Drew Gross has got himself penciled in. Somebody would have to do something pretty darn special in the second half to change that. It's Chris Bachman on the mic. Adam Gursky will be back on the camera with you here, doing some monster work, going back and forth from one edge, I will say, to the other, trying to keep everything as clear as we can. It's just about time for the second half. Going to send it out to another commercial break. When we come back, the Aggies will get the football to start the second half. If they score, we will have a running clock in this game. Just absolutely insane to think about. And also, I got a score update as well. Be back with the second half. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Back with the second half right after this.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Welcome back to the second half here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Aggies rolling up 32-0 against the Ithaca Yellow Jackets, looking to be in prime position. Playoff points will the Aggies if they come away victorious tonight. And they are rolling right now. What a first half performance from Mr. Drew Gross and the Beal City Aggies. Out there for the kickoff are the Yellow Jackets. If the Aggies pour it into the end zone here, we will have a running clock. And it's Shepherd 7, Grayling 7. Thanks to my main man, Corey Clark, for that update. It's a short kick. It's going to take a bad hop on Braxton Bukovich. He's got to go all the way back to the 5-yard line to retrieve it. Now he looks to pour it up ahead down to the 12, maybe out to the 15-yard line. And that is where the Aggies will start with the football here in the second half. It's 32-0. The Aggies have had it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. They have scored 5 touchdowns. Now looking to make it 6 and make this a running clock with Ithaca here in the second half. And again, if you'd have told me that was going to happen, I'd have told you, no way, Jose. That's no chance. Again, also, much love going out. You can help out Kelly's kids Kelly Schaefer, longtime AD, passing away at Beal City. I know these kids are playing with her on their mind. I think that's one of the reasons why they've been so great the last 2 weeks. Drew Gross has the handoff, looking to find the outside edge. Nice job defensively by Ithaca to shore that up. I don't know if they got anything out there on that one. Drew Gross stayed on his feet for a long time, but he could never get the outside edge or could never turn it back inside or bring up a loss on the play. And I'll bring this up again. 30-7, Ithaca was down in the third quarter 2 weeks ago to Saginaw Novell. They came all the way back to win. And so this is a team that's used to being down big and making big comebacks. But if you're Beal and you can score here and get that running clock, it's going to be very hard time-wise for Ithaca to make a comeback like that. Empty set here for Kyler Smith. Man in motion is Drew Gross. They fake the handoff to him. Smith is flushed up in the pocket. He zings it downfield. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught by Aaron Locke. No, it's going to be picked off by Connor McMurphy. And it will be Ithaca football. McMurphy is slow to get up on the far side of the field, but under pressure was Kyler Smith. He launched it long, giving Aaron Locke a one-on-one opportunity. Great play from Connor McMurphy to go up and get the INT. Ithaca, exactly what they needed. On the second play of the second half, they get the INT. To get the ball back, they'll have it at their own 47-yard line with 11:01 remaining. What's big about this, if you score here, even if Beal City scores, the next drive, they won't have that running clock. And finally, a stop as well for Ithaca. Think about that high and tight turnover battle, not a fumble there. And I don't necessarily mind the throw there from Kyler Smith, giving his man Aaron Locke a chance to go up and make the play. Man in motion is Crawford. Ronnie looking that way with the motion man. It's going to be caught by Crawford in the backfield. Wyatt Wilson, Drake Gatrell are going to kind of team up for a tackle as Crawford goes across the 50-yard line into Aggie territory. But if you're Ithaca, this is exactly the prescription that the doctor ordered to start this second half. You're able to get the INT. Now you got it moving downfield. Second down and short. In the gun is Gibson Rondi. Hand it off to Crawford. He's going to be brought down. Hunter McDonald is going to get a hold of him, and McDonald, probably it's going to be Gavin Connors. Whether it's Connors or McDonald, one of those guys get a hold of you, you're not going to go far. And nothing happening on that one. It's going to bring up third down. Really impressed that defensive front of Beal City here tonight. Thought there might be some running lanes out there for Ithaca, but it has not happened. Most successful they've been has been when Rondi's gone to the air. Take away a few drops as well. Ithaca's probably got some points on the board here. Quick throw here to the near side. It's going to be dropped by Eli Smith. Right after I mentioned that, there's another drop out there. That's going to bring up fourth down and short. And if you're Ithaca, this is a desperation situation here. You're going to go for it, but if you don't pick it up, you're right back where you were to start the second half. It's like that interception never happened. Just a second INT thrown by Kyler Smith on the year as well for Beal. Shotgun look for Rondi. Lined up to his left is Jacob Crawford. Three wide receivers to the far side of the field. They want to throw that way. Man open over the middle. Actually, it's tipped by Wyatt Wilson, and it's still caught by Ithaca. What a play from Riley Guild. Wyatt Wilson went up and tipped that one, made an amazing play, but an even more amazing play from Riley Guild. The concentration to come up with that catch after the ball was tipped into the air. He was not the intended wide receiver either, but again, a few things bouncing Ithaca's way to start this third quarter. Let's see if they can get into the end zone here, as they're now at the Beal City 33-yard line, pardon me. Rondi wants to throw. He's got some time. He throws it over the middle. It's caught by Eli Smith. Big hit out there. J&J Auto collision report from Drake Gatrell. Could be very close to first down yardage. Second down and 1. This will be what, the sixth play coming up of the drive here? Fifth play coming up of the drive. Again, your boy knows, the old numbers there. I always make the joke, need the help from Jen Bukovich at Beal City. Eli Smith gets the jet sweep handoff. He's turned inside immediately. He's brought down by Aaron Locke. We got a very late flag coming in. Tied up here on the near side was Hunter McDonald along with Benjamin Monroe. We'll see if there's any extracurricular activity that happened there between those two big linemen who have been battling. It's going to be a hold. Ooh, that is not the penalty you want right now if you're Ithaca, as he had a second down and short. That's going to back you up to make it second down and long. It's 32-0, Beal City with the lead. 8:53 left to go in the third quarter. Ithaca trying desperately to get into the end zone here on this drive. They finally got their first stop to open up the second half on the interception from Connor McMurphy. 32-0. Shotgun look for Rondi. Empty backfield. Now they send a man in motion. Hand it off to Fisher. Pardon me, it's going to be Gill. No, it's Merchant. Pardon me, trying to get the outside edge. Wyatt Wilson there to clean it up. We've got a late flag coming in, but Wyatt Wilson, his side-to-side speed on the field is just absolutely elite. And when he gets a hold of you, you ain't going anywhere. Waiting to see what the call is here. And it will be a hold going against Ithaca once again to back them up even more. It's second down and 11, and this is where the old drive chart, you can see how it's easy for this guy to get messed up because those holds, wait, hang on, did I write down that play? Did I not write down that play? So I'll say, sixth play of the drive coming up with not much confidence here, but it's now second down and 21. I will call it. They're going to say 19 on the scoreboard here for Ithaca. Rondi's in the gun. They got the INT to start the drive, got the completion out near midfield, but now they are stalling out. Rondi's got Merchant lined up to his right in the shotgun. They send him in motion out to the far side of the field. Rondi wants to throw it that way. Aaron Locke providing pressure. He slings it out. It's going to be through the hands of the wide receiver once again. That's dropped 5 or 6 tonight. And when I say 5 or 6 drops, I mean right in the hands, hit him in the chest type drops. 3rd and 19, and that catch wouldn't have got him the first down, but it would have made it 3rd down and 10 or so. Now it remains 3rd and a mile, 8:27 left third quarter. If you are Ithaca, it's probably 4 down territory here. You got to pick up something here on this initial play. Merchant's lined up as a tight end off to the right side of the line. Rondi fakes the jet sweep. Now wants to throw it to the near side. It's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. That's going to make it 4th down and 10 or 11. You're going to go for it here if you're Ithaca. And this isn't the game, but it kind of is. Because if you're Ithaca, you can't give the ball back to Beal City. Time is ticking away. You are down exactly 4 scores and 4 2-point conversions right now. That's how Ithaca's going to get back into the game if it's going to happen. But it's not looking good right now. Rondi in the gun. 2 wide to the near side. 2 wide to the far side. The Aggies ready to bear down on the quarterback. Rondi now looking to the sideline for a timeout or possibly to change the play from Coach Hesbrook. Time continues to tick here. And as they look to the sideline, I think we're going to see a timeout coming from Coach Hesbrook as they start to count down the clock. And Rondi continues to wait at the line of scrimmage. The clock continues to roll. Now 7:28 remaining, and it continues to roll. Continues to roll. Now we finally have the timeout coming from Ithaca. We'll keep our broadcast right here, but a good 10-15 seconds rolling off the clock there. It's going to be 4th down and 11 for Ithaca. The Aggies lead it 32-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. An absolutely shocking score here in this one with these two small school football powerhouses. Told you we're coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Thanks for tuning into the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report and our Woods Household pregame show. We'll have a very brief Bird All-American Grill postgame show coming up. Going to shout out to Allison Curtis of Bird Bar and Grill. Bird Auction coming up on November 9th, right around the corner. We'll be talking about that through the playoffs as well, along with Kelly's Kids. Much love. Shout out Kelly Schaefer and the Schaefer family. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with them in the Beal City community as they deal with just the loss of such an important community member in Kelly Schaefer, the longtime AD secretary, and did a whole lot more at Beal City. Story I heard from Mr. Aaron Bukovich, there was a few years ago, somebody who probably didn't want to go to homecoming. It's kind of a joke. They made them as a homecoming king or queen. I don't even remember. It was Kelly Schaefer who was the one that went out, got the suit, got the dress, got all the hair done, got all the nails done. Just that's the type of stuff that she did to support Beal City kids, and that's what the Kelly's Kids Fund is going to be all about. So check out that link if you're watching on Facebook and donate if you can. A pump and go down the sideline looking for Smith. He's out of bounds. Incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs, giving it back to Beal City. Again, the score remains 32-0. We have got 7:17 left to go in the third quarter, and that was, I don't want to say again, that was the last opportunity for Ithaca, but Beal City is going to start to look to run as much time as they can on every single play to try and run this clock down. Sunday selection show with the MHSAA. As soon as we know where everybody's playing, I will put that out on Facebook. I've been putting out the snooze to you predictions, but I think they were predicted for Clare to beat Petoskey and also Shepherd to beat Grayling. Yeah, Petoskey's up big against Clare. Shepherd tied with Grayling last we knew. Shout out to Corey Clark, Bubba McLean, along with Dan Haggart, providing me with those updates. Short run for Beal. Actually, again, I say short run on first down, but it's going to be a 5 or 6 yard gain. Great job, but now we've got a flag coming in. We've got some players down on the field. No flag coming in, but we've got a player down on the field for Beal City. That'll give us a moment to send it out to a commercial break here. Looks like just a cramp out there. They'll get him stretched out, get back, and be good to go. So we're going to send it off to a quick commercial break here. When we come back, the Aggies looking to make this a running clock. They're up 32-0 with the ball. 2nd down and 4 near midfield. Back with more Aggies football, Ithaca football, Irish football tomorrow. But back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Braxton Bukovich, a little bit of cramp action out there, and can't blame him for the hard work that he has put in. It's a cold night here, but when you're running as hard as Braxton Bukovich, you're going to heat up like a Block Cove pool and spa out there. 2nd down and 4 for the Aggies. They've got it just across midfield in Yellow Jacket territory. And Shepherd is now up 14-7 at the end of the third quarter against Grayling. Winning in for Shepherd and Sacred Heart. And up the middle, big-time running room for Drew Gross. Now trying to get the outside edge across the 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. What a run there from Drew Gross. Tonight's game, you know we've got a big play when Adam Gursky's got to flip it across the pillar there. Big-time run there from Drew Gross. He has just got that locked in for that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. What a performance from the junior. Last year, his first game came in week 10. He's been able to play all year this year, and he has taken advantage. And now just starting to play some running back. Started out at guard this year, but as they get more healthy bodies, more guys out there at guard they feel confident in, he's now able to carry the football, and oh boy, is he effective. Clock moving. Deep back remains Drew Gross. He's going to get the handoff once again. Pours it up the middle, puts his hand on the ground to get himself an extra 3 or 4 yards. It's good sportsmanship out there from the Yellow Jackets, helping up Mr. Gross on the play. Clock continues to roll. It is your best friend now if you're Beal City. 5:50 left in the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, no, our scoreboard is not wrong. Beal City has been that dominant here this evening. 32-0, they lead Ithaca. Playoff football starting next week. We'll be back to the scoreboard-only action during the games. Adam Gursky down on the field getting that sweet camera action. Here comes Zucker, carrying guys with him down to the 1-yard line. Stretches that football. They're going to say he's down at the 1. If you're a Yellow Jacket fan, you want that fumble in the worst way, though. But he was down. So the clock is going to start after they get things set. And once Beal City gets into the end zone, it's only going to be touchdowns, timeouts, and penalties that could stop the clock. And if you told me to guess a score, I'd have said this one's pretty much straight up even, maybe even get a little bit of advantage to Ithaca since they're at home. Ithaca did experience some injuries throughout the year for sure, but what a performance tonight from Beal City. Cadence Carnes in at running back. The two wingbacks are Avery Small and Garrison Zucker. Zucker goes in motion. They hand it off to Carnes. He's not going to get it. J&J Auto Collision Report. Big-time play from the defensive line for the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. That was Brogan Bupp along with Ben Monroe coming in to make the play. That's going to make it 2nd down and goal from the 3. Connor Sienkiewicz, very capable of kicking a field goal. The field goal would also put you up by 35 points as well. But if you're Coach Gross, that's not your plan at this point. You would love to pour it into the end zone. Again, we'll have your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up after this one. It'll be a bit brief as we're going to get kicked out of that press box where our Ethernet cord is plugged in shortly after this one is over. Cadence Carnes lined up at running back. Same two wingbacks out there with Zucker and Small. Zucker goes in motion. They fake it to him. They want to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. It was a low throw trying to connect with Drake Gatrell. It would have been a tough catch. Gatrell tried to get it while sliding to the ground. It's going to make it incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 3. The clock will stop on the incompletion with 4:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter. What a job by the line out there for Beal City. They have just had fantastic performances all the way around. See Jarrett Latham out there right now, along with Mr. Beitler, Wyatt Wilson, Hunter McDonald, Gavin Connors, Nick Bogue have all been unbelievable up front for Beal City. Avery Small very late coming in to get the play. Great leadership there from Mr. Kyler Smith. Drew Gross is now lined up at fullback here on 3rd down. He's the lead blocker for Small. Small's in! Touchdown! He got turned up and over at the end zone, but he don't care as he's into the end zone for the tutty. Mr. Avery Small with the touchdown run. Now his older brothers have got to be mighty proud with the way he is playing. And it's now 38-0 Beal City. What a statement from the Aggies here in Week 9 as they head into the Division 8 playoffs, taking on a Division 7 year-after-year powerhouse in Ithaca. And they are putting it on them right now as it's 38-0. Sienkiewicz out here for the extra point. So that may be a bit high. It is up, and I'm going to wait for the signal from the refs here. They say it's good because I had it wrong earlier. 39-0. What a performance from the Beal City Aggies here in Week 9. I'm going to take a break to hear from our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. Back with more football right after this. The Aggies lead it 39-0.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Welcome back back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. What a night of football it's been for the Beal City Aggies. They lead it 38-0. The Aggies are going to finish their regular season 9-0, and we'll see if we got any more updates coming from Bubba McClain in this one as the Mount Pleasant Oilers look to finish 9-0. They're on the road, too, taking on Ypsilanti Community. Last we knew, Shepherd now up 14-7 on Grayling. Petoskey up big against the Clare Pioneers. McMurphy fields the kickoff at the 15-yard line on the far side of the field. Looks to go straight up the sideline. It'll be brought down at the 29-yard line. But the clock, you can see it down there in the corner. It is going to continue to tick away against these Ithaca Yellow Jackets. They do a good job of working in a hurry, but you're now in absolute desperation. You're in Hail Mary mode every play now at this point. You are down by 6 scores here in this one. Yeah, if you got 5 touchdowns and 5 two-point conversions, that's what it would be to take the lead here for the Yellow Jackets. And it's at the point I don't think I can say, well, they came back from 30-7. This is a different scenario against a different team. Throw to the near side to Riley Guild is going to be incomplete out there defensively for the Beal City Aggies with some tight coverage was Will the Thrill McClintock. 2nd down and 10. And again, the clock continues to move even on the incompletion here. Got at their own 30-yard line. .246 left to go, third quarter. Again, that clock continues to roll. It's Grayson Merchant in the backfield with Gibson Ronnie. Ronnie's been solid tonight. There has been a good 8 or 9 legit drops, even in high school drops, I will say. Slippery move there from Merchant at the line of scrimmage to create some space. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. And again, the clock, tick. It continues to move, not in the favor of Ithaca. And we'll call the 4th quarter now. We've got a running clock. Our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Bird Auction coming right up here in the Mid-Michigan area. I'll be there having a great time. One of the only times you have a chance to really go to the Bird on a Sunday. It's November 9th, the Bird Auction. If you got some items you'd like to donate as well, it's pretty simple. Just go drop them off to somebody at the Bird. 1st down and 10 on the penalty for Ithaca. So they're able to move the football a little bit. That penalty will stop the clock as well. Ronnie remains in the shotgun. Quick wide receiver screen here, the near side, caught by Connor McMurphy. He's got some big room up the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. It'll be another 1st down, but the clock will continue to run. We do have a player down for a moment here for Beal City. Drake Gatrill, one of our student athletes of the week that we'll be back on top of next week, is down, but he's a lot tougher than I am. He's actually now going to come off to the sideline here for a minute. I think if you're Coach Gross, you say, if you got a little shimmy in your get-up out there, this isn't the game to stay in anymore at this point. 38-0, 1:25 left to go. Run for Merchant, hit hard out there. J&J Auto collision report coming up out of the pile. I see big Nick Irvin, also Wes Wilson coming out of the pile, and also coming out of the pile for the Beal City Aggies in on that tackle, Mr. Cooper Wilson. What a performance from Beal City. 1 minute remaining, 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 6 for Gibson Ronnie. He's going to throw it quickly here to the near side. It's caught, but nowhere for the ball carrier to go. Jacob Upton bringing down the receiver after he goes nowhere. Might even be a little bit of a loss on the play. Great tackle from Jacob Upton in his linebacker position. He's a guy that Coach Gross starting to feel confident. You can put Upton at a number of different places out there. Linebacker, defensive line, guard. He can do an awful lot for you. Shotgun look for Gibson Ronnie. 3rd down play. Clock is ticking. Almost the end of the 3rd quarter already here. Throw out to Elijah Smith. He is going to be hit hard. That's Upton in on the tackle there once again. And Upton might have made himself take the business end of that one, but he is going to be okay. That's going to be a 1st down for Ithaca. 13 seconds left to go. They're going to see if they can get off one more play here, but the chains we're trying to reset the change. Isn't going to give you any more clock now with the running clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We will see if they can get off the throw here. They will. Rondi rolling out, looking to throw. Now rolling to his right, trying to find a receiver. He's going to throw it over the middle. Knocked away. Drew Gross makes another play out there for Beal City. What a performance Drew Gross is having. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Ithaca when we come back to see if they can try and get on the board. Call this fourth quarter our Bird All-American Grill postgame show coming up with the running clock here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. In our Barbarian Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Chris Bachman on the mic, Adam Gursky on the camera. The Batchelder's hanging out with us here. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, Mr. Drew Gross. Somebody's going to have like a 99-yard, one-handed interception to get him off of that accolade, but we'll see what happens here in quarter number 4. Rondi in the gun, desperately trying to get the Yellow Jackets on the board to stop this clock from continuously running. It's 39-0. Throw over the middle, almost intercepted by Drew Gross. Back-to-back pass deflections on back-to-back plays from Drew Gross. To say he's having the game of his life is tough because what he did from his guard position in the state finals was unreal. When myself and Adam Gursky went back and watched the highlights, him and Wyatt Wilson were out in front of every play making a block downfield, but he has been very, very special here tonight. 3 first-half touchdowns, a sack. You could say 2 passes defended. He also got at the quarterback to help Grady Gatrell get his first interception as well. It's been an unbelievable night for the junior, Mr. Drew Gross, who's now playing some linebacker after playing at defensive end. Now say he's playing quarterback at cornerback as he comes up on some press coverage on the slot. Shotgun look for Rondi. Man in motion is Connor McMurphy to the far side of the field. Rondi's rolling this way here to the near side. He throws it. It's going to be caught. Great catch from Riley Guild. Avery Small was all over Riley Guild. He was still able to bring in the catch. They will say it's first down yardage. So Ithaca's been able to move the football here a little bit on this drive. But problem is it started with 3:40 left to go in the third quarter, and there's now 10:40 left to go in the fourth quarter because that running clock is making things go in a hurry. Shotgun look, 2 wide to the near side here for Gibson Rondi. 1 to the far side. They're going to hand this one off to Crawford, trying to find some room. Hunter McDonald there with the tackle. Grady Gatrell coming in to help clean things up along with Wyatt Wilson. What a defensive performance here tonight. I don't know what's more impressive, the offensive performance or the defensive performance, but that defense from the Aggies continues to be unreal. They have to give up pretty much nothing throughout the playoffs, but they could have a chance to call themselves one of the best defenses of all time in Beal City history. Coach Brad Gross had a great answer. When I asked him if it was, he said, that's what deer camps and barbershops are for. Really, really love that answer from Brad Gross. Is the best defense of all time? Well, we can always have a conversation about it. Rolling to the far side is Gibson Rondi. He squares his shoulders, throws downfield, incomplete to Elijah Smith. That might have been overthrown, but it might have been another throw right through the hands of the intended wide receiver for Gibson Rondi. There may be 10 drops out there for Rondi in this game. They have not done a good job helping out their junior quarterback. Clock continues to roll despite the incompletion because Beal City's up 39-0. 3rd down, 6. 4-down territory, obviously, here for the Yellow Jackets. Aaron Locke ready to bear down on the quarterback. He's actually stepping back to a linebacker position now as Ithaca continues to spread things out. Running back to the left of Gibson Ronde. He's also got 3 wide receivers that way to the far side of the field. They send Crawford in motion out to the left. Aaron Locke's in the backfield providing some pressure. It's going to be incomplete. Aaron Locke forced that incompletion by getting into the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down. You're going to go for it here if you are Ithaca. If you're Beal City and you're able to get the stop, you start to dream, you start to think about, we're going to be able to go 9-0. And there is something special about that 9-0 mark in high school football. Shepherd now up 20-7. 8:27 left to go in the 4th quarter. Big shout out to Corey Clark for that update as we roll right past 8:27 in the 4th here. 39-0. Beal City on top of Ithaca. Shotgun look for Ronnie. He throws it out. It's going to be complete. What a catch! Bringing in the catch on the far side of the field is going to be Dylan Fisher. It'll be 1st down yardage for the Yellow Jackets. Again, they've moved it pretty well on this drive. It's now 1st down and goal from the 9. There are a couple backups in there for Beal City, but still some starters out there as well. 7:50 left to go in our ball game. It's been all Beal City all the way through. 39-0. They lead it. Ithaca up to the line of scrimmage. Ready for the 1st down play. Gibson Ronde in the gun. What a great job the Aggies have done containing him from running the football. Rolling to the near side. Ronde looking for a receiver. There's nobody there. Now he's going to zing it to McMurphy at the last second. It's incomplete. Grady Gatrell coming in with the hit to jar the ball loose from the wide receiver. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 9. And even with the incompletion, the clock continues to move. And Adam Gursky looks at me and says, that's 3 dropped touchdowns for Gibson Ronde. And so would Ithaca have won this game if they completed all their passes? Probably not, but it could very well be 35-14, 39-20 or something like that if all those passes were completed for Mr. Gibson Ronde. But give the junior quarterback credit for being a great leader. You don't see him hanging his head. You don't see him pointing any fingers. You see him continuing to play as hard as he can to fight for his teammates. Little shift from Connor McMurphy to the near side of the far side of the offensive line. Now Merchant goes in motion. 6:30 left in our game. Ronnie wants to throw it towards the end zone. It's going to be caught by Eli Smith. He goes up to make the catch. It's now 39-6 as Ithaca gets on the board, and that will make this game also no longer a running clock as it's now a 33-point ball game. Big credit to Gibson Ronde for continuing to fight, not just on that drive, but in this entire game. As I said, there's been a lot of drops against Ithaca out there tonight. You look at Gibson Ronde's stats after this game, maybe like a 9 of 23 or something like that, but it probably should have been 15 of 23, 17 of 23. And again, I'm just going rough off those numbers there. They will line up to go for 2, as that's what you got to do. You need 5 touchdowns and 5 2-point conversions. Guild is covered on the slot to the near side. Ronde buying time. Connor's giving chase. They throw it to the end zone. It's going to be caught by a pair of Yellow Jackets. Connor McMurphy catches it. Riley Guild catches it. I don't know who will get the credit, but they do get the 2-point conversion. It's now 39-8. And if you're Ithaca, you need a turnover, and you need a turnover in a hurry if you are going to somehow desperately make your way back into this game. Problem is, you still need 4 more scores. Yeah, a little Abe Lincoln there to get back into this ball game. 6:27 left to go in the 4th quarter. Mentioned it, we'll call this a little bit of our Bird All-American Grill post-game show here. As we're going to have to be very quick once we get done here unplugging our Ethernet cord. But a big shout-out to Terry Hesbrook, Jordan Hesbrook, Jeff Ostrander, all the tech guys here getting us set up with that Ethernet. We've got a pretty good connection down here with the fancy, Verizon box, but when we're able to plug into Ethernet, that's when we're able to bring you this really super high-quality stream here. 39-6. I know you're watching it on the big screen out at Sydney's Judges Bench or anywhere else. You got that clear shot here, as opposed to sometimes, maybe these broadcasts, once we get to the playoffs, we got that really bad connection. Maybe it made a little bit more for listening, but big shout to my buddy Adam Gursky for helping me out with the camera action, always doing such a great job. It's because of him that I'm able to put together all those sweet highlight reels once we get to playoff action. It is Gary Zucker Cadence Carnes and Drew Gross back deep to receive the kick, but I imagine we're going to see the onside kick variety here coming from Ithaca. Across that front line, I do see Gatrell out there as well as Locke try to get this onside kick. Grayson Merchant lining up for the kick for Ithaca. Going to be very surprised if they kick it deep. They do kick it deep here. Actually, a little bit of a flutter. It's going to be Drake Gatrell who will take it at the 30-yard line, and it just shows some senior leadership right there. Drake Gatrell is the point guard of the basketball team. He's very slippery. Could have very easily thought about trying to make a move or two there to try and make something happen, but then, you know what? I'm the senior leader of this team. I know what needs to be done right now. We don't need to score any more points. We don't need to do anything but run some clock. And so I'm just going to take a knee. Let's bring the offense back out here. Really heady play out there from one of the senior leaders, Mr. Drake Gatrell. First down and 10 for the Aggies, own 28-yard line. Going under center will be Kyler Smith. They're going to line up with a tight formation. Aaron Locke lined up at tight end to the near side. Garrison Zucker, the wingback, here to the near side. It's Drew Gross lined up at running back. They're going to hand this one off to Avery Small. He looks to turn the edge. It's brought down by a couple of Yellow Jackets. McMurphy and Avery Small, both with their feet in the ground, charging opposite directions. It'll be a 1-yard gain for Avery Small. McMurphy on the tackle. Second down and 8 now for Beal City. But if you're Aggies, the clock is running, and that is what you want. Score updates brought to you by our friends at Clark Modular Homes. Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. Clare down 35-7 late in the third quarter. Shepherd up 20-7, 8:27 left in that game last we heard. And at the half, Mount Pleasant up 14-6 against Ypsilanti Leakin as Mount Pleasant looks to finish the regular season undefeated. And tomorrow it's a 6 o'clock kickoff for Sacred Heart Academy as they take on Lake City. They win, they are in. Cadence Carrs, a couple nice moves. He's going to bring it out to the 34-yard line. Woo, slippery moves there from Cadence Carnes to pick up the first down for the Aggies. Clock will stop for just a moment as they set the chains. 39-8. The Aggies in front. Wyatt Wilson trots out of the game. Substitution coming in to replace him. It's going to be Mr. Ryan Groves coming in now. But if Wyatt Wilson doesn't come back into the game, what a performance from the junior. Say if it wasn't for Drew Gross, Wyatt Wilson would be one of those guys. Think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Carnes remains in at running back. It's Zucker and Avery Small, the two wingbacks. There's also two wide receivers split out wide for Kyler Smith as he goes under center. Man in motion is Zucker. Hand off to Carnes all the way. He pours it up the middle near midfield. We pick up a 3 or 4, but most importantly for Beal City, the clock, it continues to churn. 4:40 left to go in our ball game. 39-8. What a performance from Beal City. And as my main man, Josh Chartrand, heads out of here, I'm going to let Josh Chartrand know 20-7 Shepherd up on Grayling last we knew as we head towards the end of that fourth quarter there. Say Mr. Chartrand usually on the sidelines of Shepherd home games rocking the chain gang, but I think everybody felt that way. If you didn't have a game you had to be at tonight, you wanted to be here at this one. The first time ever these two historic football programs matched up on the gridiron, Beal City and Ithaca. It has been one-sided, though. Beal City was up 39-0 before Ithaca got on the board moments ago. Yes, we had a running clock in this one. It was shocking to me. Cadence Carnes with the short run. It's going to make it 3rd down and 5 here for Beal City. Clock continues to move. 3:45 left to go in our ball game. Again, we're just going to call this the Bird All-American Grill post-game show. We got pretty much all of our breaks in, got all of our mentions in. More love going out to Mount Pleasant Public Schools. A high and tight turnover battle with Coach Kraser. Definitely been won by the Aggies tonight with those, 2 or 3 INTs that they've had. Kyler Smith goes under center. Sent a man in motion, handed off to Carnes up the middle once again. He's going to be hit hard. It's going to bring up 4th down on the play. Beal will probably go for this here, though, because if you pick it up, probably be able to run out the clock. It's going to be a 4th down and 3 as Kyler Smith heads to the sideline. And that's the other thing. If you are Beal City, you threw an interception to start this second half, but you haven't punted yet. You haven't punted tonight. I'm going to say really, really good Ithaca team. Clock move. I think we might see a timeout here from Coach Gross as Kyler Smith is still on the sideline. He kind of starts in with the play, and now I think we are going to have a timeout coming from Beal City as that play clock continues to wind down. Thanks to more of our great sponsors, ENS Graphics, Konwinski Construction, Blockco Pools and Spas, J&J Auto, Weber Brothers Sawmill, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pratum Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Those substitutions coming in and out of the game. Coach Hesbrook, Coach Gross, brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. And just like these coaches need replacement parts, you need replacement parts for your vehicle. They have got them for you at Mount Pleasant Automotive. Bird auction coming up November 9th. Chance for you to bid on some sweet, unique items. You can write it off as well, and all the money goes towards a great cause. Last few years, they've been benefiting the Isabella County Child Advocacy Center, along with the Dan Bridenstine Foundation. 4th down and 2, and if you're watching on Facebook, you see the link, you see the little message there, and if it's not perfect, we'll be able to set you up. I'll throw Coach Fletcher under the bus here from Beal City, the AD. If you're really having trouble finding that Kelly's Kids page, get a hold of him, send him an email, and he will get you set up. 4th down and 2 for the Aggies. They're showing punt right now. Back deep to punt this one away is Mr. Connor Sienkiewicz. And that will give the the Ithaca Yellow Jackets a chance to do something here with 2:29 left to go in our ball game. There's nobody back deep to receive the punt. Want to make sure that Beal City doesn't fake it. They will not. It's going to be a boot for Sienkiewicz. It's going to take a bounce at the 20 and roll back out towards the 30-yard line. Music continues to play during the play, which is something I have not seen, but the punt kind of no harm, no foul there. 2:20 left to go in our ball game. Ithaca's got it at their own 28-yard line. Again, call this the Bird All-American Grill post-game show. What a performance from the Aggies. Bill's Custom fabrication of the game. It's going to be the touchdown run from Drew Gross, and you'll see it in the highlights when I post them either this Sunday, this Monday, this Tuesday. Drew Gross, there's no way he should have got into the end zone. He kind of ran over a guy at the 4 or 5 yard line, but kind of carried him with him to the end zone. It was an unbelievable run from Drew Gross. That, along with the interceptions, we'll say, are Bill's Custom fabrications of the game, because there was a lot of big plays made tonight by this Beal City team. Gavin Connors in on the tackle there on a short run for Ithaca. 2 minutes left to go on our ball game. 39-8 the score. What a performance from the Beal City Aggies. Grayling gets into the end zone. 20-14 is the score with 3:11 left. But Shepard pushing the ball deep into Grayling territory. Big shot to Corey Clark. Keep me updated. Shepard, essentially, you win. You're in that D5 playoffs. The same goes tomorrow for Sacred Heart Academy as they take on Lake City. But Grayling trying to do everything they can to keep the Blue Jays out of the playoffs. Clock continues to roll here. 2nd down and 6. It's going to be a run all the way for Grayson Merchant, who's now in at quarterback for Ithaca. He's going to be brought down by Grady Gatrell and a host of other Beal City Aggies that will stop the clock for a moment with 1st down yardage. 1:28 left to go in our 4th quarter. What a performance from the Aggies. 39-8 they lead it. It was 39-0 before Ithaca got the ball into the end zone. So still the most meaningful touchdown scored against Beal City this year was when McBain scored to make it 28-7. That's how dominant this Beal City team has been. They beat Ravenna 15-2 in the first game of the season. Since then, it has been all blowouts, and I worried with all those blowouts, would they be prepared for this team here tonight? And oh boy, were they. Grayson Merchant with a nice move to get away from Gatrell in the backfield. He'll now have 1st down yardage as he goes out of bounds. That will stop the clock once again. We're now under 1 minute remaining, 39-8. It's all Aggies all the time here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Shout out to Kelly Schaefer once again, the AD secretary, passed away. If you'd like to donate to help out the Kelly's Kids Fund, and talk about the story that I did earlier, Mr. Aaron Bukovich told me this the other day, that a few years ago, and again, I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, or boy and a girl, but somebody who wasn't expected to be nominated or to win homecoming king or queen. Kind of, a joke thing that they did it. Kelly Schaefer was not having any of that. She got some money. She got some dresses. Probably talked with Carol Lynch at Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop to make sure those kids were set up with a homecoming experience that they deserved. And that's what the Kelly's Kids Fund is going to be all about, making sure those kids got everything that they need out there at Beal City. Second down now for Ithaca. I don't know if they're going to run another play here. We're under 30 seconds remaining. It's 2nd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. Merchant is in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handout. It's going to be a run all the way for Grayson Merchant. Jacob Upton in on the tackle to bring him down. That will do it. What a performance from the Beal City Aggies. They win it 39-8. They're undefeated on the year, 9-0. The defending state champions heading back to the Division VIII MHSAA playoffs unblemished. And as I said, this is your Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. You can start with that big touchdown run from Drew Gross. Not his first one. His third one is actually the one that I'm talking about. He also had the tip where it kind of got in the quarterback's face when Grady Gatrell came up with the interception. The Beal City Aggies, a winner, 39-8. Yes, we're signing off right now because we got to get out of here quickly with our Ethernet cord. Make sure everything is good to go. But the Aggies, 9-0 on the year. It looks like the Oilers are going to move to 9-0 on the year. Still didn't get another update coming for Bubba McLean, but they're up 14-6 at the half. Shepherd up 20-14, under 3 minutes remaining in that ball game. We'll have all the updates for you on Facebook later tonight, early tomorrow morning. And then Sunday, we will let you know where everybody will be come playoff time in Week 10. And we will be with these 9-0 Beal City Aggies as they host a playoff game next week. Maybe against Sacred Heart Academy. Chris Spockman signing off till tomorrow, 6 p.m. kickoff. Sacred Heart winning in versus Lake City. Playoff football continues. Just call it that here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Spockman, Adam Gursky, the Batchelors signing off for Zaid Batchelor. Baller of the game, Mr. Drew Gross. Chris Spockman signing off till tomorrow.